In the world of radio shock jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
What happened to you?
I put 380 to my chest and I pulled the trigger.
Hey, how did help show up for you? The question is, why did help show up for you?
This is where entertainment is going.
They are sick freaks.
Right, so you're kind of like a transvestite or transsexual. Sorry. Okay.
On your underwear, do you have a sign that says "Pardon our appearance for remodeling"? This is the worst show This is the worst show I've ever been on.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Final tweaking going on before we start the Opie and Anthony show. Good morning to everybody.
Hi.
Few things. Pal Talk is ready to go.
All done skate.
For those people that want to take a look at us as we do the radio show, you got the instant feedback off our website. We can interact with the radio show as we do it.
So many ways to interact with this program.
Then you could go old school and, I don't know, give us a call.
Call?
So we can hear your voice. 877-212.
Are we...
O&A. What?
I always talk in the middle of the phone number.
It don't matter.
Are we taking your faxed song requests? You want to go old school?
Oh, yeah. Well,
fax us your song requests. Remember that? When we were working up in Boston, the fax machine would come out, and it was one of those fax machines where it was just this rolling scroll of paper with songs written on it that we never looked at.
It would fall onto the floor and roll up into a scroll.
A paper that if you touched it wrong or scratched it, it would make marks all over it. Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days before computers and before everyone had a cell phone. When you were like DJing at a radio station, and the fax technology started.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the commercial break, you'd run down the hall, and it was like Christmas. Like, ooh, what was sent in? Every once in a while, someone would send you a naked picture.
And like the computer.
Through the fax machine.
Yeah, like they got the computer and instant feedback, things like that. They have to have the catchphrases for certain things. And they had it for fax. Like, that was their big thing. Every station had to have a name for their fax line or whatever it was. Oof. Ancient technology.
We invented instant feedback, though. A little known fact about the Opie and Anthony show.
I'll never deny that because it is absolutely true. If we would have just taken instant feedback and trademarked that, made it our own, because we did. We coined the phrase. Like, what do we call this? It's because people used to either call the show or they would fax the show, and that was pretty much it. But we had the program that you could comment as things were happening. And we said, what do we call it? You can give feedback instantly to the program as we do it. Instant feedback.
Well, it started with an email account of yours back in the Worcester days.
Yeah.
And we would just, give out your email account on the air.
Yep.
And then we would just check your email, but then we're like,
so often.
This is kind of dumb. You got to sign in, because this was like the early days of email. It was just a pain in the ass.
Big pain.
We had just to check your email. It's like, oh, what a pain in the neck. So then we got the engineer at the time. Or no, I guess we waited until we moved back to New York, right?
Yeah.
And then we got an engineer on top of it.
Look, we got instant feedback in up in Boston.
Was that the first program that was written for it? Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
we were way ahead of the curve on that one.
And it was instant feedback. And then Drive around and just hear him going, "Hey, and get us on instant feedback." I'm like, oh God.
Even using the same name and everything.
That would have been us. Would have been a check.
Yeah. I need more checks.
Checks.
How was your ride in? I got to explain it. We never got to it yesterday because we went off on 4 or 5 different tangents, which is the beauty of this show. Mm-hmm. See, other radio shows you listen to, they got a schedule, man. 6:10, we're doing traffic. 6:15, we're doing local news. 6:20, Tank's coming in to give the sports scores.
Tank.
6:25, some chick named Madam something is going to do horoscopes.
Horoscopes. Oh, God.
And then 6:45, it's going to be the gossip girl around the office is going to come in and give you a few tidbits about gossip. But it's like a schedule. It's like a clock.
Yeah.
Here we just kind of make up crap as we go along, and then we have things we do want to talk about, but then next thing you know, we're off talking about something else for 20 minutes, and then the thing we really want to talk about never happens.
We went on a tear yesterday,
The faithful listeners understand that, but maybe the new listeners don't.
We had Kevin Smith in yesterday
for
the whole show. Right? It was great, a lot of fun to hang out with, and we were just all over the place, having a good time. So we didn't get to the fact that the UN General Assembly is here.
Hold on, swastika in a cornfield.
A giant swastika is in a cornfield, like a crop circle.
Wow, that's could someone find out what that's all about? By the way, the other thing, this is a very interactive show, like we were saying.
Ow! Sorry, I just sat on a little wheat that was in my. Didn't brush myself off well enough last night, I guess.
You would do something like that.
I would not.
Under a full moon, with just your underpants on and your black socks on his own lawn. His own lawn, right. I hear you're building a pool. Is it going to be in the shape of a swastika?
No, it's a free form. It's going to look like a little lake.
Of course not, because it wouldn't be easy to do laps.
Of course.
That's the only reason. We'll find out what the swastika. Usually, it's something fun, like it's your hometown sports team's logo, or it's Santa Claus, or something. Well, someone has upped the ante. We'll get the story in a minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, the UN is in session for what, a week?
I don't know. It's whatever it is. It's too long. It's unnecessary. We've said it before. The UN should just be out of New York City. It's ridiculous. People work here. A lot of people. The commute and driving around the city is a nightmare on any given day. You throw in roadblocks and diplomatic with their convoys of police cars and everything else, closing roads at a moment's notice. It's crazed.
Roadblocks and all that. One lousy car breaks down in Manhattan, and the whole grid system shuts down.
They took 57th Street, which it's a very important street, running east and west on Manhattan. It's 2 lanes each way. It's pretty rare in New York City, especially around this area. And they took cones, and they put it in the middle of the road, like the double yellow now is a lane. So, in essence, you have one lane now going in either direction, and diplomats can just zip up and down, and cops up and down the middle of the road through the cones. So I just wanted to get out of here yesterday. So I go to turn on 57th, and one of the traffic savages told me I could not, and blew the whistle. I tried to hide behind a bus. The bus kind of blocked me. Then I had to go around the other side of the bus where the traffic person could see me. But I turned my head, and I'm looking away as I'm driving in one direction, looking in a complete other direction, like, I do not see you. I don't see you. And then I heard the whistle blowing and the, hey. So I looked ahead of me, realizing I wasn't going to be able to step on it and get away. So I had to go straight with everyone else and was stuck in traffic for quite some time. I did have a celebrity spotting, though. Thank God I was diverted. I saw Ron Bennington from the Ron and Fez program walking down 58th Street.
From the famous Ron and Fez.
From the famous Ron and Fez show.
Radio program.
I rolled my window down and started pointing and yelling, "It's Ron Bennington, everybody!" And people were all looking at him. And then he just kind of dismissed me. and walked away. He didn't want to be recognized. He's a prima donna. That's what he is. At this morning's drive-in now. Now it's carrying over into the morning. And I go, the morning can't be that bad. These diplomats don't wake up. There's no convoys or things going on in the morning. So I get in. There's more traffic. They're telling people to take mass transit. There's more traffic on the expressway than I ever see. And they don't know how to drive. If you're going to drive in, do it fast and get out of my way. Those are my rules. I understand people don't know all of my rules.
I think that's everyone's rule out there.
But they don't get it.
The people that are getting in the way aren't listening to our radio show. You're talking to people just like you, Ant.
They're morons. Here's a couple of my favorite things that happened to me this morning. The carpool lane, which ends at a certain point during my commute and just turns into a regular lane. I don't cross over the divider a lot. Unless I have to. But for the most part, I leave it alone. I'm driving down there, and when the lane opens up to the left lane, the car in front of me will go into that left lane and not increase their speed by a fraction of a mile an hour. Why? Why not stay in the lane you're in? Why feel compelled to move over to that left lane and do the exact speed you were doing, now matching another car next to you, instead of me, who will get into that lane and increase my speed by 20 miles an hour at least?
Because they got to make that wall of cars.
Why move?
You got to make the wall of cars so other people can't get around you.
It is infuriating.
Do you high beam or beep?
I was beeping today, and I rarely beep because at that hour there are moves that can be made. Like if someone does that, I'll just go to ass and then sweep around the right. Because usually it's open. But like I said, today, for some reason, a lot of cars on the road on the expressway. Now, this is a common thing on the Long Island Expressway. Any cops listening, any highway out there, the main people you should be pulling over on the Long Island Expressway, and I know some people from the satellite audience are not going to enjoy hearing this because there's a lot of truckers, are you mother F truck drivers driving your gravel and dirt without a cover on it? I was pelted this morning like people were taking handfuls of sand and rocks and throwing it at my windshield. You hear like you're in a rainstorm, but it's dirt and rocks because some idiot redneck jackass doesn't want to cover his load.
And the wind,
he's doing 60, so the wind is just blowing this out. That's one thing. I hate him. I wish a jackknife. I wish for his bloody death. I wish for his wife to get the news that he's been slaughtered on a highway somewhere. That's just for him. But I'm not even as mad at him as I am as the morons that are getting pelted also and won't pass the truck. They'll sit in this rock wake and get pelted and not let anyone else pass because either they're afraid to pass them, they think more rocks are going to fall off the side. Get past the problem. That's the number one thing to do on the roads. Get yourself past the problem as quickly as possible.
Well, they're afraid the truck's going to come in the lane and crush them against the divider.
I wish they would. Oh, do I wish a fiery wreck would happen like that. Dirt, tons of dirt, kill family of 5. That's what I want to see. Because idiot dad didn't want to pass the truck. So I'm just sitting there like I'm going through a meteor storm. It's like... My heat shield was heating up.
It is amazing when you're in that situation and you're thinking to yourself, the trucker thought it was okay to just drive with this stuff flying out of the back.
And dude, they know they're doing it. They know they're doing it.
You ever get behind a garbage truck and it's just
crap is flying out?
Just papers. And
that's funny when papers
doll
and
parts and little tricycles.
A few tomatoes are flying out. And they're just cruising. They don't care.
It's a smorgasbord of stuff heading toward your windshield.
The expressway is the worst road for these trucks, and I don't understand how they can drive without the cover pulled over the top. And even with the cover, you're getting a little bit, but at least that's all they could do. I understand dirt has to get from point A to point B. Wherever you're going, I'm sure there's no dirt there. So they got to ship in dirt. But at least some companies or drivers try to cover it up. There are guys, though, it's a mountain. It was a mountain stacked higher than the bed of the truck that is now like a windblown sand dune on the Sahara.
Well, they just want to spread it out evenly.
Yeah, thanks. Just pelting. And when I traded in my last vehicle, the windshield was pockmarked. You couldn't... I put on my wipers, and it was just this smeared mess because there are holes in your windshield from these idiots. So I had to deal with that. And then I get into Manhattan, and now you got to deal with the cab drivers. And I'm sorry if I'm going off on this, but I got to get it off my chest. There's a bus lane only. It's the far right.
Right, go ahead.
And then there's 2 lanes of traffic, like I said, on 57th. 1 lane is now closed. It's down to 1 lane. Now there's savages in the cabs, about 6 cars deep at the light. I know how these lights are timed. I do this every day. I got to jump off of some of these lights to make the next light. So I go into the bus lane, and I notice a cab is in the bus lane, 1 cab, and then a line of cars. So I get behind the cab going, all right, this guy's strategy is my strategy. Jump on it, get past this line of cars to make the light. But in my head, I know. Oh, in my head, I know. This idiot ain't going to move. He went through the trouble of getting into the bus lane, which it's there for this purpose. In the morning. In the afternoon, I guess buses use it. I don't know. I don't care.
Or a little later in the morning.
Yeah. So the light turns green. He barely moves, and now he's stuck next to all these other vehicles, as am I now because I'm behind him, and no one's letting him in. So I cut over to the left lane and won't let him in and beep and flip him the bird. Now I get to the next light, and I got to do the same thing. Now I'm head of the line on the bus lane, and I see the cab next to me now in the left lane. He's gunning up. He's like pulling this move at a drag strip. He thinks he's going to, do what he did to the cab on the last thing. Block me. No, I step on it. The wheels screech. I'm driving an Escalade, and I smoke the tires. I get around him for a daily news truck to pull out in front of me as I'm tooling down 57th. Pulls right out in front of me. I zip around him. I have about 50 feet to go before I pull over and park and cut him off and jam on my brakes. I hear his brakes. He is livid.
Just screeching.
He's livid. I get out of my car. I slam the door. I lock it. I look at him, and I spit right in front of his truck. I'm getting into Jimmy's habit here. I looked right at his windshield, and I went, "Puh." I spit at him. Poe's like, "Anthony, you came out of nowhere. What happened?" So I did explain to him that I was very angry with my commute this morning. Very angry. It's day 1. Day 1 of the commute in with this goddamn United Nations crap.
Leaders from all over the world in Manhattan this week.
Yeah, with their police escorts.
Yeah. Staying in our fine hotels and eating at the best restaurants, and then speaking somewhere and yelling and screaming how awful America is. It's just amazing. They should, like you, you came up with it years ago. They should move the UN into the middle of a cornfield or
Nebraska. I got a field they can move it into. That one where they cut the swastika in. Move there.
Oh, they'd feel at home there.
Yeah.
Some of these leaders.
I speak reasonably. I'm a reasonable man out there on the road. All I want to do is I want people out of my way because I'm probably going to go faster than you.
All right. They want more sounds on the show.
One on the brake and 2 on the gas. Hey! And there's no one driving the ant cat pass, no. Well, he drives too fast on the LIE. His hot red and white Ford Shelby GT 500. He might speed up to 125. Agent Bob even thinks he won't stay alive. Meadowbrook Parkway, glass of wine, and can't drive 105.
There you go. Jim in Pennsylvania, what's going on? You just got Ant's attention there.
Hi, Jim.
All right there, Rant. Wow, I can't get to work on time. Wow, they won't get out of my way. I'm driving a 2000 Plymouth Neon 2.5 hours into Manhattan. And you're to make $60,000 a year. You're complaining in your Cadillac Escalade? Are you kidding or what?
It's not the fact that he has a Cadillac
jackass
Escalade that he's complaining about.
I was just like this when I made $29,000 a year driving an Apollo air conditioning van. It has nothing to do with how much you make or where you're going. People got to understand the rules of the road.
Listen, I agree with you. Get out of the way. But listen, it's a lot of worse off than you, my man.
I understand that. I made something of myself. Curse me for it. What do you want me to do? I worked like an animal for more years than I had this job.
All right, well...
Jesus. Oh, get all mad at me because I got a job I enjoy now. I still don't enjoy driving on the road with asses, probably like Jim. Get out of my way, Jim.
Well, listen, at least when you get to work, you got Mr. Poe parking your car for you.
Yeah, exactly. I can't drive that extra block.
All right, guys, have a good day.
I guess it does sound a little stupid at times, but...
No, believe me, it has nothing to do with where you're going or anything.
Or what job you're getting to.
Or what job you're getting to. It's the people on the road. It's the point A to point B.
I think everyone can relate to that. No matter what you do for a living, no matter how much you make for a living, no matter what you drive.
It's human nature. You want people out of your way. Why are they using the left lane, Opie? Why are they even in there?
Because it's there.
Yeah. It's there to match the speed of the guy next to you in the middle lane and sit there oblivious if there's a parade behind you. I've seen the cars. There's 12 cars behind a car in the left lane, and they have nobody in front of them. Do they look in the rearview mirror? I want to know what goes through people's heads. Do they see that there's 12 cars behind them, all piled up? Do they see that no one is in front of them? Do they understand they're blocking people and they're a problem?
They don't understand how the lanes work.
I guess
that's
not.
the problem. They just see 2, 3, 4 lanes and they just assume they are all equal.
They're all equal. They're not. Get out of the way.
The one on the far left is for the ones that want to speed.
And they'll sit there and then get home and go, people drive like maniacs. They're on my butt all the time. They tailgate. They look at me when they pass me. They're beeping.
They have no clue they're the problem.
Why do you think they're doing that, you tool?
All right, let's take our first break.
Please.
Oh, by the way, it's Rock Scream Tuesday.
Ooh.
It's Hummer Tuesday.
It's rock pelting your windshield Tuesday.
It's faraway phone call Tuesday. It's makeup stuff Tuesday.
Oh.
This bit still hasn't taken off.
No, because I don't know what happens. People hear this early in the morning. They know the premise of it. You call up later on when new people are tuned in, and you make stuff up. You see, you're in on the joke.
Yeah, the people that listen early are in on the joke. There are a lot of people that have their alarm set for 7, and they're huge fans of the show. So they don't know we're saying this right now. So then those people, we could hit them with some fake crap.
So you call up and say, holy geez, hey, did you guys just hear that blah, blah, blah? You make something funny up. Not funny, or just something that's believable but kind of really out there. And then people that are listening that didn't understand the bit because they're not up early enough go, holy gee, wow, really? Oh. And then you're in on the joke.
Or we could come up with something.
Oh, stop it.
We'll try.
I'm hoping the listeners come up with 90% of the show.
And it's also 80s New Wave Tuesday.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday.
Someone look like a dog for me.
Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry?
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our street.
Don't you want me, baby?
Yeah, my favorite.
Don't you want me? Oh.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday on the Opie and Anthony Show.
I don't know whose I like better. Love Soda Kenny or Roland.
I say Kenny. He's just such
Kenny's great.
Well, Tim came up with a new one. We'll play that a little later on.
Goody.
So we don't even know what we're doing with 80s New Wave Tuesday, but it's there. It's there for your pleasure.
Sonny Forelli is asking me, do I tailgate bikers? No. That's something I never do. I don't get in. And believe me, it's not out of love for the biker. I just don't need to be sued like that.
You just don't want the nightmare.
Yeah, because that guy's dead. If I hit him, he's dead.
You don't need to anyway, because bikes usually are doing 150.
They're just between cars in traffic.
Animals. I back off on them.
They are crazy.
For the most part, when I see in the paper that someone died in a motorcycle accident, I don't feel so bad because I just feel like they probably caused that. And I know now I'm going to get a lot of bikers calling.
No, a lot of times it's old people turning in front of the bike.
But you see these ninja guys, man, going 150, miles an hour on the highway, and then they're bored in traffic, so they'll decide to like do a wheelie for like a quarter mile.
Craziest people on motorcycles? Black guys. There's something that the stereotype hasn't really gotten a foothold yet. But you see a black guy on a ninja, he is going to be driving like a maniac.
Oh, because he's a black ninja.
I never thought of that. Just driving like a maniac.
All right, phone number 877-212-O&A. We start a few subjects there. If you want to, join one of those, give us a call. All right, it's Opie and Anthony. I'm not talking over this.
Yeah, everybody, wake up.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday. Yeah. E-Rock picks out the 80s songs and surprises us as we come back from break. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
He's just playing his iPod.
According to artists whose lifestyle emulate his own.
877-212-O&A. Want to say good morning to everybody that picked up the latest installment of Halo.
Yes, Halo 3.
Is that the biggest video game of all time?
I don't know. Is it? It's pretty huge.
It's way up there.
Yeah. I'm not into the console thing, but we've been there before. I like computers. I like computer games.
Yeah, but Halo is huge.
Yeah.
You should play a little Halo.
I will. I'll probably wind up getting the.
You should just to check it out.
Xbox, because I need it for GTA.
Yeah.
4 when that comes out. Can't wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple other games. I'm just not big on that controller thing.
Hey, where's your video at?
Yes. See, I was on my computer last night editing my video where I shoot the computer. my girlfriend's she was in Colorado, so she flies back and she's in the cab coming back to the house last night about 11 o'clock, and I guess she's starting to get texts, and she goes, "What is this about a computer and your rifle?" I go, "Oh, I made another video and you need a new computer."
You didn't tell us yesterday it was her computer.
Well, it was. I use it. I use it sometimes, and that's the one that was screwing up, and that's the one I had to put a round in. But I edited it down, and I put it on my little keychain thing, but now my keychain's in the garage.
Well, it's the follow-up video to your famous Vista video that got 1.8 million views on the website.
I do mention that.
Oh, you do?
And I have a nice little spin-in of that graphic that comes in behind me. Oh, I was having a lot of fun with After Effects and some of the other various software I use on my Mac.
Well, we're patiently waiting for, this video.
Oh, I know.
So bring it in.
Well, I was doing that, and then my girlfriend gets home at about 11 o'clock last night, and she's been gone, like I said, since Thursday. So we go into bed, and with all intentions of getting maybe some kind of good night's sleep. But when you haven't seen your girl in days like that, you kind of get close a little bit in bed there, and your hands start going. And before you know it...
It's an all-out session.
Dude, it was... I swear to you, I didn't get to sleep until 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. I'm exhausted. Totally exhausted. You have to,
Sure.
All good intentions of just going to sleep and waking up for work, and
Well, that would be responsibility, though.
Yeah.
You're lacking the responsibility.
It was
department.
It was one of those things where it was just animal could not. You just can't not. Knew it was like a bad idea as far as being tired the next day, but there was no stopping it.
You are a brilliant broadcaster, as I can't say broadcaster, and I've been doing this since I was 18.
I try.
But responsibility, not so much. Not so much.
Well, now that she's back, maybe I'll be a little better. But when I was running solo there for a few days, oof.
Yeah.
Oofa.
Well, we had similar experiences while you were enjoying that. I was, my girlfriend and I were together, and I was laying on my back, flicking my nipples, looking straight in the air. She's going, "It's okay, just relax. Just relax." I'm like, "Just stop for a minute. Not worth it. I suck."
Oh, my God.
Just relax.
Oh, God.
It's like that scene in Animal House in the car.
Oh, it's so
with
awful.
the freaking...
With the glove, the surgical glove?
Exactly. That's
you made it just sound so clinical.
Well, I mean,
or in Fargo, when that hooker is doing Buscemi.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. You like that? Yeah. Before the Indian comes in and beats the crap out of him. Love that scene, that hooker.
I actually said I don't deserve to. I was so annoyed at my physical mess self.
Hey, before the break, we were talking about a swastika in a cornfield.
Swastika.
You see these every season. You know, they got to cut some fine designs in the cornfields.
Yeah.
And, this guy, I'm assuming it's a guy, took it to the next level here.
Well, another message of hate was cut into a cornfield in New Jersey. You can't see it from the ground, but a state police helicopter spotted the swastika in a Washington Township field on Friday. Several acres of stalks were crushed and ruined. Police say it must have taken the carvers hours to finish that symbol.
I want to offend flying Jews. It's the flying Jew.
Jews in a plane are the problem. They spy on us. What's the matter with... What are you going to offend a Jew for a half a second? What is that? I don't know. We're gone.
You can't see it from the ground.
And you'll notice on the left side of the aircraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, the right side of the aircraft, if you look out, you could see lovely fields, the fields of farms. Look out to the other side of the aircraft. Any Jews might want to turn their head and watch the movie. I got a copy of Schindler's List on the plane. Make it feel a little better than what's outside the window. It's a swastika. Don't be no, it's not a swastika. It's just a new airport with very curvy runways. Just trying to. Oh, Jesus.
Well, you didn't notice something in that clip, though. The newsreader was more disturbed that the corn stalks were ruined.
Yes.
Listen again.
Many stalks were killed.
Listen to how the newsreader's annoyed because corn stalks were ruined. Listen.
Well, another message of hate was cut into a cornfield in New Jersey. You can't see it from the ground, but a state police helicopter spotted the swastika in a Washington Township field on Friday.
Here it comes.
Several acres of stalks were crushed and ruined. Police say it must
were crushed and ruined. Oh,
yeah, that's the problem there.
The corn.
Hey, by the way,
old corn going never again.
By the way, our pal Bill O'Reilly put his foot in his mouth.
Again,
if we can find the story, I don't know all the details, but
Sylvia's in Harlem.
Yeah, he went to a black restaurant. It's a black restaurant, basically.
Very famous.
It's owned by black owners, the cooks. Everybody in the joint is black.
Cook.
And he was amazed that the restaurant ran so well, like our white restaurants.
Oops,
or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. We need the details, but
yikes!
He put his foot in his mouth. If we can get that clip, that would be great.
It's almost like implying that black people don't eat. What are you, stupid? Do you think white Americans invented the restaurant?
It was amazing. They took an order, brought it to the kitchen, and then food came out.
Did he think that black people ordered food and then just threw it at each other from the kitchen?
I think he probably thought he'd end up in a big iron pot in the kitchen with them stirring it with Bugs Bunny.
It's actually a very famous restaurant here in New York.
Yeah.
They serve soul food. I don't even know what they serve.
I don't know, but he was amazed by the service because it's owned by black people, and wow,
he's an ass.
He really is. Not as big of an ass as the Iranian president.
I have to,
Speaking at Columbia University.
before we talk about Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, did I get that right?
Ahmadinejad.
Yeah, I think you're pretty close.
Yeah,
On that.
you're closer than anyone's going to get.
Ahmadinejad.
Ahmadinejad. You want some Ahmadinejad?
A little bit of Ahmadinejad goes on Kabako. My grandmother, rest in peace, we know. She was a saint. We
Made
get
the
it.
best sauce for the...
Hey, bless her soul, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Hey, on the eyes of my children. They're always gambling away organs of loved ones. What's with the Italians? I don't think I've ever bet my mother's organs on anything. Hey, on my mother's right breast and her left ovary. Hey, on my mother's bung. All right?
My hand to my grandmother's uterus. This is the best sauce.
Hey, on my father's the little bone, this stirrup in the ear. Just really nitpicking with parts.
Yeah, I swear, on my grandfather's Vas Deverns.
Oh, wow.
Hey, on my uncle's epiglottis, I swear this is the truth.
Oh, she will make a man
Make your mouth water, your mouth would water, the managata she used to make. Hey, on my children's septum.
Oh, it does sound like an Italian dish there. Ahmadinejad. Ahmadinejad.
I was wrong. I trashed Columbia, and not for having him, but for canceling other things. Like, if you're going to have him, they should have had...
You know that they used some parts from the college Columbia to build the college Endeavor.
That was funny.
That's for the people that linger longer.
That wasn't crashable.
I know what you're going to say. I just want to say it seems like a wrestling thing. Like, everyone was mad at Columbia University and the president of Columbia University, the head muckety-muck, whatever they call him.
Yeah.
And he was just taking it, and he wouldn't let on to the fact that it's like, don't worry, I'll handle this guy.
And he did.
And he brings him up and then hit him with a chair and threw sand in his eyes.
Yeah. Really hammered him. I mean, Lee Bollinger really smashed him. I mean, it's in that forum... The way one intellectual would smash a president that he's invited to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, he really gave him a bashing.
Yeah, because thinking that he is an invited guest, you would think he would get this cordial introduction and then be able to speak his piece. But he prefaced bringing him up with just a lambasting.
And you think that it's going to be like a bunch of soft questions and soft. He hit... the Iranian president a lot harder than I would have. I mean, he really hit him good.
And the Iranian president just looked like a dope by the end of it.
First of all, he has
I love that freedom of speech thing. Huh?
The Iranian president has hack De Niro eyes.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy about to do. Picture De Niro if he denied the Holocaust and took hostages in '79. He looks like a bad comic in 1989 doing a De Niro impression. His hack De Niro eyebrows.
I bet if he made the mouth.
So yeah, he called him. He called him a petty and cruel dictator. And they said Ahmadinejad was shaken by he was not expecting to be insulted like that.
Would you touch his arm and go, Ahmadinejad, to get a picture?
Oh yeah. Here's what a groveling worm I am. I would say, it's really good that you're here to educate people.
Of course.
And then just walk away and hate his guts.
You'd want a picture with him, though, right? Wouldn't you want a picture with him?
Without a doubt. Of course I would.
Yeah.
Of course. You have to get that picture.
He provoked, I love the fact that he was speaking, he provoked laughter by responding to questions about Iran's execution of homosexuals by saying, in Iran, we don't have homosexuals like in your country. I don't know who told you we have this.
Yeah.
What a terrible way to phrase it. I don't know who told you. That's right beneath, why don't you ask my friend? If you don't believe me, ask my friend.
Who told you this? And it's obvious he doesn't understand what's going on in this country. Like the whole political correctness and this equal rights for every group, things like that. Because to say a line like, we don't have homosexuals like you do there is such an insult. It's such a naive and just an outright lie.
It's just stupidity.
It's stupidity. Yeah, that it did. It made everybody laugh.
And he was
killing.
And he is aware there's homosexuality in his country. He just doesn't want to acknowledge it.
Well, when they find it, it's remedied. So perhaps he's right. There aren't homosexuals like there are here because they breathe here and they live there. I think they're probably cutting off certain parts with spade shovels.
No, what they do if they catch it in homosexual activity, they take a frying pan to your nutsack.
Ow.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. It's a weird.
I like that.
It's a weird law over there.
Wow.
Yeah, frying pans to the nutsack.
It's gotta hurt.
When we get back, we'll give you the highlights of the Iranian president.
I love this ball.
And what he was talking about at Columbia University.
Love this guy.
Including the clip where he says there's no gays in Iran.
Yeah. Not a gay in Iran.
Unbelievable. It's Opie and Anthony.
My torso, for the most part, was just stiff. My toes, you know how when you're struggling, my toes were shaking and pointed out like, oh, please.
Oh, my God, look how old Greg Nettles is. Oh, time flies.
His face doesn't look that bad.
No, he just doesn't look like...
And that's Mickey Rivers.
Diving for a catch there.
It's Mickey, I think.
Yeah, it's Mickey on the right.
Wow.
Well, obviously on the right. Jesus. What an idiot.
You really didn't have to tell me the difference between Mickey Rivers and Greg Nettles.
Well, just in case you were going to confuse him with the shadow that's on set, too.
What?
He's a bit dark.
There was a...
He's a bit dark, Mickey. Mickey was always a bit dark. Anyway, so, you had to relax. And how did it end? Did we even get to the end of the story?
The way it should have. It ended, like, let's just say she was... To do like probably to have a night like Anthony had was impossible due to my floundering, but
floundering.
My floundering. But she's a cool girl. She's never like bent out of shape at stuff like that.
But it seems like you guys are too clinical. You just got to go at it.
Well, no, she was.
There shouldn't be like relax, calm down.
Well, she was
close your eyes.
She was being playful and whatever, and help me out. And I was getting mad, and I'm like, just stop. And she's like, why? I'm having fun. Like she was like, just relax. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Like don't worry about it.
Well, a perfect song for 80s New Wave Tuesday. Good choice, E-Rock.
Hard to relax.
Hey, on the instant feedback, people still kind of pissed off at Anthony talking about driving and stuff. I don't know why your rant pissed off people out there.
That pisses off the people that think that people drive like maniacs when they're the problem.
But you were talking for them.
I'm talking for you, okay?
Frank from East Islip. Anthony, Long Island Expressway speed limit is 55 in any lane.
No, stop it.
Hold on. He continues, why should I have to move when I'm doing 75 to 80 and that's not fast enough for you? Go the F around me. And yeah, I don't look behind me when I'm driving. Not my problem what you're doing.
That is an example of an idiot. That is an idiot. I look behind me. I'm constantly scanning the mirror. I'm not one of those guys also that you're going to see with a cop up his tailpipe or a fire truck up his tailpipe just driving. I love those people, too. It's like you don't see or hear this guy. I am constantly scanning the mirrors. I know what's around me at all times. And if this guy, if you're doing 70 or 75 and I'm doing 85, get out of my way. I don't care what the speed limit is. What are you, Mr. Law? Are you the law? Make a citizen's arrest because I went around you? Move over. You're in the way.
I want to see a whole video of citizen arrest.
Citizens
gone
arrest
bad.
Gone bad. Oh, God, is that genius?
I want to see that.
Citizens arrest gone bad.
Sir, I'm making a citizen's arrest.
You. Yes, you. Citizens arrest. Oh, that's great.
And then Scott M. from Hauppauge, he's becoming a regular on the instant feedback. He writes, wow, Ant's life sucks. He got some last night, went to sleep late, woke up in his huge house to drive his awesome car to his phenomenal job. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. I'm still a human being.
That's right. No one feels bad for you. Why are you tired? I was having sex. Wow.
Can't help it.
Being you.
I was having animalistic sex.
It's not usually that late is what I was getting at. I wasn't even getting the point. I wasn't being a braggart. I was saying that it's not usually 1:30 in the morning that I'm getting to sleep for any reason, sex or video games or anything.
Could you never use the word braggart again? I hate that word.
Braggart. Okay.
I hate the word braggart.
Well, now you're being a braggart about the hatred of the word.
That's true. You don't want to be scorned a braggart.
A braggart.
So Iranian president speaks at Columbia, and I kind of like that freedom of speech thing because
it worked out.
It made him sound like a complete dope.
Yeah.
And that Bollinger, I hated his wig. I got to say this about the president of Columbia. Whatever that thing is on your head, remove it. It's horrendous.
Oh.
I can see in a black and white Daily News photo, I can see where the line is.
Yeah. That comes from the Mongoloid shop.
It's terrible.
That is an awful wig.
It is a terrible, terrible wig.
I want to take it off and eat custard out of it.
Marge wants to adopt it.
Put it in the cattery.
Right. Linger longer.
It looks like an upside down seashell candy dish. I want to spray shellac on his wig and throw candy in it. What are you doing? Obviously a brilliant intellectual.
Yeah, he's very articulate.
Yesterday I didn't get to it. I saw him on Good Morning America, and all I could do is look at his hairpiece.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's very distracting.
It's not needed.
No.
You don't need to look. You're the president of Columbia University.
Yeah.
That's enough to get you laid.
He would look distinguished.
Yeah. Right.
He'd be like Captain Picard.
Well, here's the highlights.
Here's your science fiction talkie rock.
Well, it's like when you see guys who are like in a suit with a baseball hat on.
Yeah.
It's like you know what they're trying to cover up. It's like they're probably getting plugs. Like it's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? We were in a restaurant. We saw a guy with a suit, looked like Eric Logan, actually, just like Elo, but younger and thinner. And
he wasn't drinking alcohol.
Absolutely, exactly. He didn't have like a stupid like construction hat on with two upside down Bud Lights in it. On the phone with the head of the PGA trying to work out more deals for XM. Come on, what are you gonna do? Go to Sirius? All right, good.
Get a hold of yourself.
As he slurps more out of the straws.
Right.
Yeah.
I think my left tank is empty.
And the thing Elo doesn't know is like he's always going, oh yeah, one more. When he's leaning back going, one more. Before the dinner has even come, that whoever he's talking to, they're like making the left to the right eyes at each other. Like, why is this drunk with us? So this guy looked like Eric Logan, but he had like the baseball hat on and a nice suit, and he brought his own bottle of wine. So he called the rest. I overheard the conversation. He was with a smoking hot. I thought she must be a hooker.
Oh.
He was like smoking. And I'm like, this guy is trying to cover up
You
plugs.
can't do that.
Just it's got to be difficult, but the baseball hat with the suit you look like a dummy.
Yeah.
And this thing on his head, it should have a Met emblem on it. It really should. He looks like he's wearing Olerud's helmet. There should be like an ear covering on the left side. Bollinger's hairpiece is atrocious. Although it's not team colors unless he plays for the wispy-haired gentleman. Now batting in the wispy-haired gentleman.
All right, let's get into this a little bit. 4 quick clips. We got the Columbia University president speaking about Ahmadinejad.
You described the Holocaust as a fabricated legend. 1 year later, you held a 2-day conference of Holocaust deniers. For the illiterate and ignorant, this is dangerous propaganda. When you come to a place like this makes you quite simply ridiculous. You are either brazenly provocative or astonishingly uneducated.
Wow, that is awesome.
That's the Iranian president. I mean, say what you want about him. He's still the president of Iran.
Oh, I thought he was on the phone talking to me. Jesus. All right. I was ready to have a little rebuttal to him. I didn't realize that was a tape.
Oh, that was hilarious. That's actually the one decent part of Anthony. That's Anthony's subconscious talking to him while he's watching these videos online. But he was a good speaker. Wow.
Just knew how to rally a crowd.
Ahmadinejad responds by saying this.
I like turtles.
Yeah. Well, the guy likes turtles. How could you not like a guy that likes turtles?
What did Hack De Niro eyes say?
Well, this is what he had to say.
To attempt in a so-called manner to provide vaccination of some sort to our students and our faculty. I think the text read by the dear gentleman here, more than addressing me, was an insult to information and the knowledge of the audience here.
He didn't really answer the question.
No, he didn't.
Why doesn't he run for office here?
Or the translator didn't do a good job.
Kind of fudged it a little?
I was thinking the other day that we rely on translators a lot.
Man,
more.
that is pretty important.
We really rely on them maybe too much.
Had no idea what he was saying.
Right.
And it's pretty much, you got to believe that she's good enough at what she does to translate it in a way that's accurate.
And I'm thinking some of these translators, they might fall a little behind. They just have these phrases they go to
catch up. I'll leave that out.
Death to America. Just throw in those dumb
Jews.
Right. Oh, crap. I don't know what he said the last 5 words because I was trying to translate what he said prior. So, right. Jihad.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Like, there's a thing about Barack Obama. Like, I'd chat with him, and it's like, in a way, you got it. Like, people are saying that we shouldn't talk to him. It's like, I kind of like the fact that he's here. I don't care if it's propaganda and he's trying to win over the American people. I think he really understands that there's a major problem with the U.S. And now there's all these talks about invading Iran, which I don't want us to do. But that to me, why else would him and Assad do interviews with Diane Sawyer? It's a public relations move.
It is a
to win
PR
over
move.
Americans.
He's trying, but I think he's got ulterior motives there. I don't think he wants to show that he's a good guy because he's a good guy. I think he saw how it doesn't work doing it the other way, dressing in the garb, dressing in that, the whatever they wear over there. I don't even know what it's called, but when you look at it, you know they hate Americans. Yeah. And then, he dressed in Western clothing, comes over, he's accessible to the media, and it makes people think, maybe this guy's on the up and up. He's all right, but no, this is very calculated.
No, you're right. I agree, but I think he's doing it because he wants some kind of relationship, or he's worried that something bad is going to happen, especially after Israel just, I think, hit Syrian reactors. Yeah. So I like the fact that he's at least worried. He's not
he has
just
a history, though.
To hell with the U.S. You understand what I mean? It's like I'm more worried about those guys. Because they could care less. Why like a politician?
Yeah, this guy is acting like a politician, and I think if he, after everything he's doing, this whole PR thing, if he did pull some really bad shenanigans, if I'm going to use the word shenanigans, he would be really on the outs with the world community.
Why else would he come to America unless he wanted, something from us?
Yeah. Like when a lunatic out there, one of these lunatic dictators, pretty much shut themselves off from the Western world. They're very dangerous. When they do something kooky, you go, well, that's him. He's a nut.
Yeah.
But this guy, you'd be like, geez, this guy came to the UN. He's speaking, and then he pulls this crap. So he's kind of almost putting himself in a corner by doing what he's doing.
Well, Bush called the axis of evil, right? Iran, North Korea, and Iraq. We know what's going on in Iraq, and North Korea recently just said they were going to dismantle the nuclear program.
Yeah, well, can you believe that?
Well, just the fact that he's willing to do that as opposed to shaking his fist like he was. I mean, it's something. He's
a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff went on with North Korea, by the way. A lot of money was exchanged. They're broke. Yeah. They are so broke and impoverished over there that they'll do anything to try to just feed their people. So they use every so often they use this nuclear option as a way to get the world to give them money.
Stuff. Right?
Yeah, give them some goods, and then they go, all right.
We got more on the Holocaust here.
Well, Kim Jong-il, just before you said that what he wanted to get rid of the nuclear program is he wanted lifts for his shoes, and he wanted a copy of the Bollinger wig so he could display it to his people. They wanted to send it around the country like King Tut, and they just wanted people to come and pet it. It's the wig of a white intellectual, just to pet it and maybe give it like one of those the way you would like on the spine of an animal.
Yes.
The way you shook the spine of a cat.
If you put it on the floor and scratch the back, it would look like a cat. When they put their back up, they hunch their back. Just look like a gray cat.
I'll bet you, like, if he's having sex and his girl, like, just kind of runs her fingernails down his scalp, I'll bet you his wig actually, like, does, like, kind of terse up like a cat back and lift off his head. Back. And he's going to pat it back down. Don't do that. It tickles my head.
And a tail in the back sticks straight up.
Stupid, silly thing on your head, mister.
More on the Holocaust. He just doesn't believe it really happened, huh?
No, he's one of these, but he'll never admit to it. It's all very shady. They had that meeting of Holocaust deniers, and
well, let's see what he says.
They got up and talked about numbers. It's like, and even that is ridiculous because they were like, well, I guess the number they give is 8 million Jews were killed during the Holocaust.
6. I've heard 6, but maybe,
6.
Yeah.
Well, it's been up to 8, and then as low as 4. But they're saying, well, Come on, it was probably like 200,000 or something.
Oh my God. Well, let's get to the clip here.
Can you explain why you believe more research is needed into the facts of what is incontrovertible?
Thank you very much for your question. I'm an academic, and you are as well. Can you argue that researching a phenomenon is finished forever, done? Can we close the books for good on a historical event? There are different perspectives that come to light after every research is done. Why should we stop research at all? Why should we start the progress of science and knowledge? You shouldn't ask me why I'm asking questions. You should ask yourselves why you think that that's questionable. Why do you want to stop the progress of science and research?
Wow.
He's such a phony. This is what's annoying, because everybody knows what he's doing. And then he denied saying that the Holocaust didn't exist. He goes, no, I said granted that this happened. And then he segued to the city with the palace. The word granted means I understand it happened.
Yeah.
So he kind of changed his tune about it. It's like you deny the Holocaust happened because your thing is you hate the Jews and you want Israel wiped off the map. So don't act like you're just investigating something that hasn't been investigated.
Yeah, this is like now he's trying to say that I'm just questioning. I'm trying to learn more. I'm not going to take at face value that 6 million Jews were killed during the Holocaust. I'm open to all this other knowledge from other people to make my assessment. But like it hasn't been. The only thing they're actually finding these days are more mass graves. That's all they ever find. They don't go, wow, we just found 5 million Jews that were hiding. They were alive. You're not going to find living people. You only find more dead people.
He doesn't even want to agree that a lot were killed.
Yeah. No, that's open to debate.
Right. Well,
wow.
He knows.
This guy's a character.
He knows. And Bollinger said to him, it's the most documented event in world history as far.
Yeah.
All you see is videos of it, and Survivor. We all know it happened.
Yeah.
And to deny it is like, it's not even real. It's this aggressive. It's an angry hatred of the Jews. Like Bobby Fischer is a Holocaust denier, one of the greatest chess players in history. He's a genius, and he knows better. It's like, you know that it happened.
It's a taunt.
All right, why is he denying?
It's a taunt.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why. Okay,
it is a taunt.
That's all it is. It's such a psychological taunt to Jewish people because it's so much to them. It means so much that it's a way to get it's a way to turn the screws. You know,
There's no way to debate it where someone would go, oh, maybe the Holocaust didn't happen. Like, it's an impossibility. And the only people that agree with this idiot are self-hating Jews, like these stupid Jews against Israel. They're these self-haters who think God's going to give them a homeland. They just, I guess,
Yeah.
Well, here's the clip everyone's talking about today. The gays in Iran clip. The freaking audience just losing their minds laughing.
He killed.
Yeah.
مطلقا ما در ایران اولا همجنس.
In Iran, we don't have homosexuals like in your country. We don't have that in our country.
Jeez, wow! I thought it got titters.
No, man,
it got a laugh that you would die for as a comic.
That was an 8.5.
He killed.
That was like a Tonight Show laugh. Wow!
That's where you go. Thank you. Good night.
You just look like a dope.
Homosexuals like in your country.
I want to hear the whole
Listen to that.
What a laugh.
In Iran, we don't have homosexuals like in your country. We don't have that in our country.
We don't have that in our country. How could he possibly say that? How could a leader of a country say that?
Maybe because they say Islam cures all ills, and to acknowledge that goes on when Islam is is like the religion in charge, is a slam on Islam. I don't know. It's silly. It's childlike.
Wow.
He really is everyone calls Bush dumb, and Bush is not a great speaker, but this guy's he's a dope. He's like, he was a student. He took over.
At least I know we got homos. All smug, leaning with that one elbow on the podium. I know we got him here.
Here's the rest of the clip.
We don't have that in our country.
Oh, and then booze.
In Iran, we do not have this phenomenon. I don't know who's told you that we have it.
He got 2 laughs. Look at him. He's killing.
That was actually a callback.
A callback.
Doing callbacks.
I love the little.
Oh, wow.
You gotta love this guy because it's like it's the Holocaust, gay people. He doesn't just trash things. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, that doesn't happen. He just pretends it doesn't happen.
Look at him. He's using like a whole oil barrel full of grease in his hair, too. He's got that shiny, it's black hair, yet you can see reflections in it.
He doesn't wash.
I wouldn't think so.
He doesn't get a good shampoo.
It's like a little bit. Yeah, when was the last time he really lathered up with some good shampoo? He's probably staying at a real nice hotel here in the city.
And using the soap.
And that shampoo bottle is just still not even open.
He's just using
plastic.
the
Soap. It's just the water. That French milled soap thing isn't even open, the paper.
That stupid hairdo he has. He has a hairdo. I don't know what it is about Arab leaders where they think like that the 1950s, like his name should be Ernest in 1950. That hairdo is atrocious. It's all parted, perfect. It's like I love. What do you call that? It's just a perfect boy's hair.
Yeah,
I love your De Niro line, man. The more I look at him.
Yeah, when you look at him from the nose up.
Yep.
Because I'll say when I was in Brazil,
he's doing a bad De Niro impression.
When I was in Brazil with Patrice, we were on the beach one day, and there was these kids taunting a Brazilian guy, and he had the mouth and everything, and we called him Hack De Niro Face because he looked like a guy doing a bad De Niro impression. We howled at this guy. They were like throwing fruit at him.
Oh my God!
Trying to say "leave me alone" in Portuguese, and he just looked like a guy doing a bad De Niro. And we could not stop looking at
That's really funny.
Man being pelted.
Hack De Niro.
Hack De Niro face. And that's what this guy looks like in his eyebrows all the time. Like he should be going, you talking to me for a cheap laugh, and then Bud Friedman could go, give me a hand.
Give me a hand.
Ahmadinejad. Wasn't he fantastic? Stupid monocle.
All right, we got to take a break. It's Opie and Anthony.
مطلقا ما در ایران اولا همجنس.
In Iran, we don't have homosexuals like in your country. We don't have that in our country. In Iran, we do not have this phenomenon. I don't know who's told you that we have it.
It's going to make me laugh all morning.
I don't know who's told you.
Good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. 80s New Wave Tuesday, in effect.
How embarrassing is that to be speaking like that and to say something like that? Have the audience of college students just laugh at you.
And there wasn't even a doubt in their minds in the audience.
But they really laugh.
Time to laugh.
And he's a bright guy because he's a college guy. That's, the students took over in '79.
Yeah.
But he's a dummy compared to, I'm sorry, Columbia's. He's just, you can hear, but he's not bright enough to have intellectual arguments like that.
Hey, before we get into the Bill O'Reilly thing, a little fun. Guy stuns his girlfriend.
Oops.
But this is really good because he talks her into it. Like, it's going to tickle a little bit.
Yeah, that's all.
It's not going to be that bad.
She doesn't ever look at YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, it'll tickle a little bit. It'll tickle just a little bit, though. It won't tickle much. But it will tickle.
It'll tickle
just a little bit, okay?
What are you doing?
Like it's not gonna tickle.
What do you have in your hand?
Just stay still, okay?
What do you have in your hand?
Please, just stay still. You'll be okay, I promise. You'll be okay. All right, just stay still. Close your eyes.
No,
close your eyes.
I'm not.
Trust me. Close your eyes.
I won't move. I'm not.
Trust me. Close your eyes.
Trust me.
Let me tell you what's going on here.
Trust me.
They're trying to make their YouTube video. Everyone wants their YouTube video to be huge. The acting is awful.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pedophile trying to convince somebody. It's only going to tickle. Huh?
What?
What a creep.
The acting is awful.
I'm not.
Trust me. Close your eyes.
I won't move. I'm not.
Trust me. Close your eyes. Okay, your eyes closed and everything? You ready? Please don't. Promise me you won't open them.
I'm scared.
Promise me.
Okay.
All right.
It hurt.
That's
It hurt.
That's some bad acting right there.
Yeesh.
Hey, why were they doing the fat montage on TV?
I don't know. I just laugh every time I see the fatty B-roll. It's whenever the news does the fat story and they have to send some guy out. I don't even think they send anyone out anymore. I think it's the same B-roll that's been going around for years. Every so often they got to update it when styles change, maybe. I don't know. But it's that from neck to maybe mid-thigh of big fat people. Or like the back side view of someone fat eating an ice cream cone.
Big fat ass walking away.
Yeah, and it's usually, your health. They're talking about fat foods or something like that, and it's just big fat people. And they have to look and go, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I wore today. Oh my God, that's me.
Well, they broke out the fat montage on the news, so trying to figure out why. Hey, Bill O'Reilly.
Oh.
Bill O'Reilly. What a tool.
He really is a tool.
He really is. He's just...
He's a pompous ass.
And
I'll start there.
Exactly. He's a jerk off.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
And to me, the word racist is thrown around too much. But when you hear a guy like this, a pompous ass like this talking, that's the way a racist thinks. It's always subtle.
Yep.
No, I'm just trying to explain things. It's like
when black leaders come out against hate speech when it's comedy, when it's a comedy show. And you're making people laugh. You're talking about stereotypes, things like that. That's the people they attack. And say it's hateful and hate speech. What Bill O'Reilly said was far worse than anything that's ever been done on a comedy show.
Because he meant it.
Because he meant it. Absolutely. He meant it. This shows an ignorance and an ignorance coupled with this pompous superiority complex that he has. It's amazing that he's getting away with saying this.
It's just white elitism, and I think he should be able to say it, and he should be able to be the pompous, biased ass. Good, be that way, but then just don't complain when people do things to be funny. And that's the only annoying thing is that it's not consistent.
Here's the headline. O'Reilly surprised there was no difference between Harlem restaurant and other New York restaurants.
It's the first time he ventured up there?
I guess. Listen to this. From his own show.
I think black Americans are starting to think more and more for themselves, and they're getting away from the Sharptons and the Jacksons and the people trying to lead them into a race.
Are they
starting to? They've been thinking for themselves for many years.
What's he talking about? First of all, guys like Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are so famous because of guys like you and other media people, because they give you great sound bites and they say awful, idiotic things. But most I've never, and I'm 39, I've never talked to black people who said Sharpton was great.
And Sharpton is like a leader for me. I look up to him. They don't think like that. When you see black people rallying around Al Sharpton, it's because they belong to the same, whatever he belongs to, that action network.
Which is much bigger than Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
He's just a part of that.
And it's bust-in people.
Like I think
sometimes they're paid for their appearances in these protests.
I think a lot of the people that are part of that organization, they would like a new leader, a new guy.
Please.
Black people are starting to think for themselves. When you think
what year is this?
Great.
White elitism, that's what it is. And it's not done angrily or aggressively, but that's exactly what it is.
Starting to. I would say they started thinking for themselves, way before 2007, you ass.
I don't know, maybe when slavery was happening, people were thinking for themselves because nobody was going, slavery, this is fantastic.
Yeah, right around then, I think that most people would say right around then.
I think maybe when they were being rounded up, they're thinking for themselves and thinking, this sucks.
You're right, exactly.
Like that probably is thinking for yourself.
Well, we could argue what the actual date is, but I think we'd all agree that it was way before the year 2007.
Way before Bill O'Reilly made his pilgrimage to Harlem.
Right.
Just the fact, the pompous, the fact that he thinks for himself and he's a brilliant free thinker.
Yes.
And hey, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice that the little children are starting to think like that?
Yeah, they're starting.
Isn't that nice?
Maybe someday they'll attain the ability to think for themselves like I do.
And he's amazed that they sat at the big table with him, which was him going to the Harlem restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, look at the little kid sat at the big table and behaved like I couldn't get over it.
It's amazing.
It gets better.
This is what white America doesn't know.
What happened? What happened there?
I think black Americans are starting to think more and more for themselves. And they're getting away from the Sharptons and the Jacksons and the people trying to lead them into a race-based culture. They, trying to figure it out. Look, I can make it. If I work hard, get educated, I can make it. I was up in
starting to
Harlem.
figure that out.
Really? So now they're just starting to see the value of education. Is that cool, Bill?
I guess blacks just started going to college.
Yeah, it just started.
They just started, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
right, Bill?
Dope. He really is the first one to attack other people, and just a dope.
This should be more offensive as being racist than anything any radio personality has ever said in jest. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
In Harlem a few weeks ago, and I actually had dinner with Al Sharpton, who is a very, very interesting guy.
Who foot the bill for that one? Jesus.
Oh, Bill did.
Oh, Bill, he has to tell
Wow.
you.
Tell you.
He'll tell you. Because he is the biggest ass.
I'll have some more chitlins. I want some of them hominy grits. Keep bringing them. Bill O'Reilly's paying. I don't even need to pay. Keep it coming. Hey, everybody. It's all on Bill O'Reilly.
Hey, Reverend Al, I noticed you brought your own plate.
I brought my own plate. It's my big old medallion I used to wear. My hubcap medallion.
I just turn it over.
Load it up. Just load it up with food. More pig knuckles and a hominy grit. And Sylvia, give me a takeout bag. I'm taking some home with me. Bill O'Reilly's paying. This is part of my reparations. I'm going off the diet for a while.
Why?
Because Bill's paying.
There you go.
I'm thinking for myself. I'm thinking I'm going to have seconds. And thirds.
When you pay for someone's meal, you shouldn't tell everybody that you paid for someone's meal.
Don't bring it up.
You just kind of do it. You just kind of
paid for them.
You kind of sneak your credit card over to the waitress or the waiter.
Yeah.
Get it done, and that's it.
I paid cash because I'm not stupid.
We haven't even
I didn't
played-
want someone stealing my credit card number. I'm sure he did.
We haven't even played the line where he has to tell everybody that he paid.
Of course.
Here it is.
Very interesting guy, and he comes on a factor a lot, and then I treated him to dinner because he's made himself available to us, and I felt that I wanted to take him up there, and we went to Sylvia's.
How about you just treat him to dinner?
I treated him. Why?
Not only did he have to tell everyone he treated him to dinner, he had to explain why he treated him to dinner.
How did he invite him? Did he call up and go, hey, boy, are you hungry?
What do you want?
What an ass.
Would you like to go to that Negro place uptown?
And for a guy who's such a creep that Sharpton is, and he is a creep, why are you sitting there having dinner with him?
Yeah, why? Because it's show business. Both of these idiots are not in the news business or the civil rights business. They're in show business. Their purpose is to get on television and become a celebrity and then market that so you can wear nice suits and don't lie.
And if you don't believe that, go to Bill O'Reilly's website. He's now selling "Don't Tase Me, Bro" bumper stickers.
Is he?
It's bumper stickers. The other day I said it was T-shirts. Bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
They're in showbiz.
Not going to tase your car. Why wouldn't you make a T-shirt?
All right, here, more.
It's just silly.
This O'Reilly thing gets even better. Here we go.
Because he's made himself available to us, and I felt that I wanted to take him up there, and we went to Sylvia's, a very famous restaurant in Harlem. I had a great time. And all people...
He sounds uncomfortable just saying this, by the way.
Right.
He sounds uncomfortable just saying this.
And by the way, he took him up to Sylvia's, so he had something to talk about on his dumb show.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, where you want to eat? I don't know. Let's go to Sylvia. It was planned ahead of time.
So we got out of the armored personnel carrier right in front of the place, and it was fantastic.
Some producer came to Bill O'Reilly and said, hey, I got a great idea, good angle here. Why don't you get Reverend Al and bring him to Sylvia's, and then you can talk about your experience on The Factor or your radio show. That's how this all came about.
It's a very famous restaurant in Harlem.
And you know what he sounds like? He said he sounds uncomfortable. Who's ever said he sounds uncomfortable?
Yeah, he does.
He sounds like he's so afraid that he's going to say exactly what he really means.
Right.
Like he's so trying to sound a certain way.
He's trying to sound
casual and natural, like Sylvia's up there in Harlem. Like just saying that he was in Harlem, he's uncomfortable. He wants to say, I was frightened. I know that place is horrible. I have this image and that's what he wants to say. But he's talking too fast.
And he doesn't want people to know that they're on to him.
Yeah.
That he actually did this almost like a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
That's why he's so casual about it. Like, we went to, Sylvia's up there in Harlem.
Made himself available to us, and I felt that I wanted to take him up there, and we went to Sylvia's, a very famous restaurant in Harlem. I had a great time. And all people up there tremendously respectful. They all watched The Factor. When Sharp and I walked in, it was like big commotion and everything, but everybody was very nice.
Was it?
And I couldn't get over the fact that there was no difference between Sylvia's restaurant and any other restaurant in New York City. I mean, it was exactly the same.
What is it supposed to be? What was he expecting?
I mean, I paid, and they put the money in the register. I thought they would eat it. What's the matter with you?
And by the way, Kevin from Connecticut brings up a great point. Opie, you guys did a photo shoot uptown, and you weren't bragging about it. You were terrified, as you should have been.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we went up to Harlem.
I went up to Harlem and did a photo shoot, too.
Because this liberal douche that decided he needed to take our picture for an article that appeared in one of the Boston magazines, he was like, let's go uptown, man, and find this old newsstand, man, that's all burnt out. It'll be great for you guys.
Yeah.
And we stepped out of our car that they were nice enough to get us for the day, and we were horrified.
Yep.
We were like, could we hurry up with this? Maybe you're comfortable in this atmosphere, but we're not.
I felt like quoting Boone from Animal House.
Right.
I think you guys should be leaving. What a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
We are gonna die.
And it wasn't. And this was so over the top. This neighborhood, most of the buildings in this particular block or 2-block area were completely burnt out.
Yeah,
there were just lunatics walking around.
Yeah, this wasn't Sylvia's with Reverend Al.
No, and there were and then there were people getting closer and closer to us, going, "Wow, this is kind of an easy target." And this liberal douche taking our pictures, like, "All right, a few more." I'm like, "No, you got the shot. We're out of here." I'm not taking a chance on my life because you're so trustworthy in this area.
And Sylvia's is not exactly it's not exactly this excursion to the edge. It's a very famous restaurant, and they're not shocked when they see white people come in to eat.
Right.
They don't look like they're white people.
Oh, you think that's what Bill O'Reilly was getting at?
Well, he's thinking that it's like he took this trip to the dark side, and he went to this black place with black people. He was a white explorer with black people. They served him food. They were all black. I couldn't get over it.
Like he was taking a real chance with his life.
Buana went in with his elephant gun, like an adventurer.
Right. He had like the stupid explorer hat.
Yeah,
like
a pith helmet. I went in with Al Sharpton. I was wearing a pith helmet.
I couldn't believe it was just like I expected. Grass skirts. They had on trousers, ladies and gentlemen.
What an adventure. My monocle fell out of my eye. What is
They're not surprised. They didn't look at your white skin and run around and point and talk in their native tongue.
Oh.
No one is surprised to see white people in Sylvia's. No one.
I was able to read the menus. It wasn't just some kind of symbols that meant clicking. The guy's amazed.
He expected the food to be killed right there, like a buffalo would run through the restaurant and somebody would spear it and they'd eat it right there without cooking it. What a dope! Just what a dope.
Here we go.
I mean, it was exactly the same. Even though it's run by blacks, primarily black patronship, it was the same. And,
well, yeah.
I really don't know what he was expecting. I know if you go to certain clubs at night, you're going to see different things. If you go to a black club than if you go to a white club, that's for sure. You might even get into some trouble, or you might have fun. I don't know. But when you go to Sylvia's, it's a famous restaurant in Harlem, and he's talking about it like he just went to Africa. He went to the motherland, and he's having some dinner on the Serengeti.
Translation: he's amazed that blacks can run a restaurant.
That they can run a restaurant all by themselves
and behave.
And he said, this is another telling line. When he gets out of the car, he goes, everybody was respectful. Yeah, well, why wouldn't they be? You're a celebrity. It's almost like people, when he said he went to Sylvia's, people were going to go, my God, Bill, they're all blacks. Did they throw rocks at you?
What did they do? Must have been horrible.
Did they try to push you and bite you? What happened? They're all blacks.
They accepted American currency, not to drink it. It was wonderful.
Yeah,
I was able to actually use. They knew that these were presidents. They knew they were leaders on these bills that I was giving them.
They were all respectful. Yeah, it's a fancy restaurant. It's a famous restaurant, you jackass.
I mean, it was exactly the same. Even though it's run by blacks, primarily black patronship, it was the same. And that's really what the society is all about now here in the USA.
Now.
There's no difference. There's no difference.
You think?
You know, there may be a cultural entertainment. People may gravitate toward different cultural entertainment. But you get down to Little Italy and you're going to have that. And nothing to do with the
is he trying
color of anybody's skin.
Now, is he trying to say that you could go to Little Italy and get that kind of treatment and civilized?
He's basically saying the Italians behave too.
Is that it? Yeah, behavior.
Yeah,
the blacks and the Italians have finally come around. Wow, that Bill, he really has his finger on the pulse.
Well, I'm sure there might be somebody that stepped out of Sparks Steakhouse one day that might have a different opinion of that. What about Vitello's? How about Carmine's?
Oh, Vitello's, where you can get the Bonnie Lee Blakely.
Exactly. Umberto's Clam House. How about that one?
Civilized behavior, where you can have the Joe Gallo special.
De Bruno.
Bruno.
Another fine establishment that perhaps some shenanigans went on in.
It's as pleasant as all the Italian restaurants, including the Palace Chop House. Just ask Dutch Schultz where he was murdered there. Bad example, Bill.
By chop, they don't necessarily mean the meat either. Go around back, you'll find the real meaning of the word chop house.
Bill continues.
This is what white America doesn't know.
Oh, thanks. Enlighten us.
What?
Enlighten us, Bill. What do we not know that you are so knowledgeable of as far as black people go?
Wow, maybe. What?
White America doesn't know it. What are you talking about, stupid? We're not surprised that, do you know, blacks run a restaurant? They actually lock the doors at night and they open them in the morning. We know that. He's saying things like that he didn't know.
Yeah, this is exactly. He didn't know this.
White America knows it, you dope. It's not surprising.
They have to feed themselves, and they do it like we do in restaurants. It's amazing what these can do. I'm stunned.
I can say, here's when you should be surprised at black people. If you go to see the Van Halen reunion tour, and it's 70% black in the city, you can go, that is surprising.
I'm very surprised at that.
Who saw that?
White America didn't know that.
Right.
White America is not surprised that when you walk into a black-owned restaurant, that people aren't just food fighting and throwing things.
Just slinging food and feces. What did he expect?
That's his little closed-off world. That's where he lives. He lives in that little entitled closed-off place, and he's surprised.
And we got to make it perfectly clear. This Sylvia's is like as commercial as it gets as far as going to a restaurant in Harlem.
It's a like tourist place. Like Harlem is opened up to a lot of people as far as tourism goes. It used to be, before Giuliani, it used to be very scary to go uptown. Now, Bill Clinton's got his office up there.
Right.
It's a place where now tourists go. You go up there.
It's where Whitey goes to make believe he's being brave.
Yeah, there are places you don't go.
Right.
Believe me, there are places you don't go. I don't care if you're Bill O'Reilly or not. But Sylvia's, the Apollo Theater, there are places up there that are tourist attractions that people go to.
Just say there's places where gentrification has not taken effect.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Those are the scary places, where they still have control of the streets. Wink, wink, Bill. We all know what you mean.
Yeah.
And Clinton being in Harlem has changed a lot, too, because the ex-president being up there, there's so many businesses and stuff have gone around just
Right.
there.
All right, let's get through this clip so we can move on to Oscar De La Hoya next.
Oh.
Busy day on the Opie and Anthony show.
Won't find him in Iran.
This is what white America doesn't know, particularly people who don't have a lot of interaction with black Americans.
Like yourself.
They think that the culture is dominated by Twista, Ludacris, and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, and it's just
That's
so
what you
awful.
thought, Bill.
It's just so awful because, it's literally the sewer come to the surface, and now people take it that the sewer is the whole
That's
story.
right.
Can I point out this self-hating black guy who's obviously talking?
Yeah.
Any black guy that goes on O'Reilly and just harps on how it's a few bad apples that spoils the bunch.
Yeah, that's what everybody's... I'll tell you, it's great. They used utensils in the restaurant. They paid for things. They did. That's fantastic. But occasionally just pop on YouTube and put in convenience store robbery. Hey, Bill, have a little fun with that.
Hey, are you surprised that white culture isn't dominated by like heavy metal? It's like everybody knows that Ludacris and stuff doesn't appeal to people over 40. Nobody thinks it does. You do.
You know what the opposite of this is that annoys me? It's a commercial that I don't think a lot of people see as being extremely racist, but it is. Reversed racism, they call it, but I just call it racism. Right. You ever see this commercial where it's a bunch of old white bankers and there's one black guy who's kind of telling them what they should be doing, and they're going like, well, give that much interest on savings? We'd never do that. And it's all, they're in a roped-off area, and they're all old white guys. Sure. And this black guy is kind of like he knows the deal as far as what people should do as far as banking and credit cards go. And all these old white people just know the old ideology. That's the same thing as this. Like, that's the stereotypical what banks are all about and everything, and people should be amazed that it's run that way. But that's the same exact thing as Bill O'Reilly going into a bunch of black people and realizing, oh my God, they're civilized.
Yeah.
Like he's an explorer that went to Africa and found a tribe that is using the wheel. That's pretty much the way he is surprised that they are running a restaurant.
This is getting a lot of attention today.
I wonder if he lit a lighter to show them the secret of fire.
Fire. They all back away.
The surface, and now people take it that the sewer is the whole
That's
story.
right. That's right.
Oh,
there wasn't one person in Sylvia's who was screaming, MFer, I want more iced tea.
Please.
MFer, I want more iced tea. That'd be hysterical. Al Sharpton's just screaming, more iced tea.
That was his impression of a black restaurant. And I'm not talking about a KFC on 145th Street in the morning on a Saturday.
This is Bill O'Reilly being amazed at what he's.
This is a restaurant that he expected to go in there and see people yelling.
I bet you he brought
yelling
security and all that crap.
I want more iced tea.
Right.
First of all, it would have been Kool-Aid. Let's be serious here.
I want more grape soda. Everyone knows blacks don't like iced tea, Bill. Wink, wink.
What's wrong with liking grape soda, though?
Nothing.
It's terrific.
So after the cheese doodle appetizers...
and we all know what was on the dessert menu.
That's right. We had Funyuns.
Please.
Everybody was... it was like going into an Italian restaurant.
What happened?
He almost said everybody was well-behaved.
Well-behaved. He came very close to saying that.
Listen, everybody was listen to me real quick.
I want more iced tea.
Please.
Everybody was... it was like going...
He almost said well-behaved. It sounds to me like he was going to say well-behaved.
Well-behaved. That's what I meant. Not acting like...
Please.
You know, I mean, everybody was. It was like going into an Italian restaurant in an all-white suburb, in the sense of people were sitting there and they were ordering and having fun, and there wasn't any kind of craziness at all.
Hey, where are the white women at?
There's no craziness at all.
Craziness.
People were sitting there and ordering. And did they hold the utensils with their hands, Bill? How did it happen?
I took pictures, and they didn't think I was stealing their souls. It was amazing.
I cannot comprehend how somebody is so shocked that in a black restaurant, the ordering system works the same as it does in every other restaurant.
In a white restaurant. He's out of his mind.
He's a douche.
And
he really is a douche.
This is like I said before, some of the most racist, actual racist.
Yeah.
See, racism on the surface, especially with comedy, it could look like it's racism to these oversensitive people that just nitpick everything, when it's just comedy based on race and racial differences and stereotypes. This is real racism you're listening to. This is a white guy who has no understanding of black people, black culture, or anything, and feels superior, and he's professing his amazement that they are acting like white people.
And he's trying to be endearing. Like, I could see if he said, I was surprised that many black people like the O'Reilly Factor. I didn't think I had that many black people.
There's not one bit of this feeling, wow, that was kind of cool that I could go in there and people knew the show. But he comes off like everybody who came in. We walked in and everybody was just amazed. They were hooting and hollering and banging in their chest.
Yeah.
The guy, he's just horrid.
You expected to walk in and see like a white girl being sacrificed.
Yeah.
Like Fay Ray. Jackass.
On a spit. Kevin from Connecticut, craziness equals armed robbery.
Craziness.
And universal Remobo. Wow, that's a weird one. Okay. Mention the Opie and Anthony show at Sylvia's and get a free glass of grape soda.
There you go.
Linger longer. Wow. There's an ass out there that hates when I say linger longer. Guess what? That means I'll say it more. All right, there's your Bill O'Reilly thing. He's a lot of heat on Bill today for being a dope. Hey, before we go to break, we got to let you know about cashforgold.com.
No, I'm not feeling this one.
Why did you play it?
Not feeling this one.
Why? This is a cool song.
Well, it's 80s. Wait a minute.
80s New Wave Tuesday.
80s New Wave Tuesday.
This was a huge 80s New Wave song.
No.
It's the Opie and Anthony show. What's wrong, Jimmy? Huh? What?
I told him Whip It.
You didn't go with Whip It? E-Rock, what's happening?
Because E-Rock likes this song.
E-Rock just talks into space.
I know.
Yeah.
E-Rock, what?
He said another song, then we said no. I didn't hear Whip It. I'm sorry.
That's no big deal.
You might have just ruined 80s New Wave Tuesday.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, erasure.
I finally felt like maybe I made a song suggestion that the whole gang would latch onto. All right, whatever.
Hey, speaking of 80s New Wave Tuesday, Tim came up with a new sweeper for it.
Oh, yes.
I like the first one.
I hope the singing's good in this.
Well, should we play the first one for a reference? Sure, why not? And then we'll play the second one. Because I like hearing Kenny in all these.
I know.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday.
Come on, Mug, like a dog for me.
Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry?
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our street.
Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday on the Opie and Anthony show.
80s New Wave Tuesday is just an excuse to get Kenny to sing dumb songs.
Yep.
I can picture that big dummy when he's singing like the old guy in The Godfather at the wedding with the arms going to the... When he's whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah.
His stupid suit jacket.
Here's the new one Tim came up with for this morning.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday.
So it's sort of social.
demented and sad, but social.
We can dance if we want to. You can leave your friends behind.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Rain. A little plus one.
And we danced, swept away for a moment by chance. And we danced and danced and danced.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Here's a problem with that one. There should have been more Kenny.
More Kenny.
Because Kenny was so awful.
Kenny's the star.
And Kenny came in here and he goes, Tim saved me because I really messed up the next line in that song, and he saved me. That's what we want on this show.
Yeah, you got to get the outtake.
Yeah, get the outtake.
Yeah. That was the outtake.
Why would Tim save you? The whole deal is to make you guys, sound kind of ridiculous.
Stupid.
And anyone figure out the song Roland's singing?
No, I have no idea what it is.
No.
Tim had to tell me. It was a great 80s song. Listen again.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday.
So it's sort of social. Demented and sad, but social.
We can dance if we want to. You can leave your friends behind.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Rain. A little plus one.
And we danced, swept away for a moment.
I don't know that one.
It's 80s New Wave Tuesday on the Opie and Anthony Show.
They got it on Pal Talk. It's a very famous 80s New Wave song, but I didn't recognize it with Roland doing it like that. Anyone?
No.
Nope. No clue.
You got it, E-Rock, for everybody? Here's the hook of what Roland was trying to say.
This?
That's what he was doing. Haircut 100, love plus one. I had no clue on that one.
That sounded nothing like that.
No.
By the way, I was at Lee Bollinger's house, the Colombia president.
Yeah.
And I have a toboggan with hair on it, and I don't know if I left it in his house. Does anybody know if Lee Bollinger has the hairy toboggan? I was going to go tobogganing on it, and I can't remember.
Toboggan.
I can't remember where I left my hairy toboggan. Get that thing off your head. You're a dignified man. I saw it in color. It's bad in black and white.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the Lee Harvey Oswald Photoshop thing with the shadow going the wrong way and the gun this way. And but that color, I saw it in color on television. It's like it belongs on two different heads.
Is it terrible?
It's terrible. It really is. It's like a joke. It's like someone dared him to wear that. Well,
I dare you.
I put this on. I double dare you.
Hey, you want to hear from Egypt today?
Yes.
It is Far Away Phone Call Tuesday.
Far Away Phone Call Tuesday. If this is from Egypt, come on.
Joe?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, there's a delay. It's got to be Egypt.
Hello, Joe.
Joe.
What's up? Calling from Cairo. What's up, boys?
Cairo.
What are you doing in Cairo?
I'm actually here studying Arabic at the American University.
Ah, you're going to be with the CIA, aren't you?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Wait, can I ask
There's
you...
no one studying Arabic or Farsi.
Can I ask
No one's studying all that crap unless they want to go into U.S. intelligence.
Well, there's a lot of weirds here that say they want to do the State Department.
Yeah.
Well, I have a problem with this.
You'll be tasing people in the friggin' back of their head and asking them questions in no time.
Can't you study Arabic in America?
Exactly.
No.
Why would you go to Cairo? I hear that's a really scary place these days. Used to be a nice tourist trap. A lot of people would love to go there and check out the pyramids and all. But now I hear it's kind of a scary place to be.
I think it was a scary place when they were building the pyramids. It's probably kind of scary being a slave.
Yeah.
I studied Arabic in the States for 2 years at Arizona State. And the thing is, you can learn all you want out of books and CDs, but you won't really learn the language until you hang out with people.
See, he's got to go. This guy, I totally know what this guy's up to.
What? What's going on?
He's going to be one of the guys out in the field. I like this guy.
Wait, sir, say something in Arabic. Say something that's clean, though, nothing dirty.
Yeah.
Like, say we don't.
Well, because the Arabic FCC's listening, Jimmy.
Well, say we don't have homosexuals in this country the same way that. Ahmadinejad.
They don't exactly teach you that in school, Jimmy.
What, can you say something in Arabic that's like common, like a hello or a greeting?
Marhaban bik, Isaac. That also means how are you?
It's long.
To that you would say Alhamdulillah, which means thank God I'm good.
How do you say where are the weapons?
Weapons. I don't know weapons.
You don't know weapons? They haven't taught you weapons yet?
God, you're in Cairo and you don't know how to say weapons in Arabic
It's an
yet?
important one.
I'm only 24, guys. I haven't started that.
I'm only 24.
Wait, dude, how do you say
Sounds
that?
like Jimmy.
I'm only 8 years
Yeah,
old.
sounds like Jimmy from Kid Nation. Guys, I'm only 24. I want to go home.
How do you say in Arabic, Mr. Bollinger, take that hairy giant yarmulke off your head? It looks silly.
The same thing in English. If you're a queer, stop it.
All right, listen. What kind of nationality are you?
I'm actually Armenian.
So you kind of blend in over there?
A little bit. I mean, they sometimes think I'm European. They can't really guess.
And they haven't figured...
I think I heard Opie say that it seems like a scary place over here.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans think that. I actually, no kidding, feel safer here than I do anywhere in America.
Well, let me explain something to you, Joe. Joe, like I said, you blend in. If someone like me went over there, I'd be out of my mind.
Oh, there's plenty of kids here. There's plenty of kids here that have that real white guy looking thing going on.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with the phone?
They go nuts.
Cairo.
I don't know. It's just a delay.
Are people nice to you there?
Yeah, I mean, the Egyptians love Americans because we personify everything that they want and can't have.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. And where are you calling from? A phone booth?
No, I'm actually on Skype on my computer.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
All right. Well, we got to let you go. We got a big star on hold here.
Thank you, Joe. Faraway phone call, Egypt. Now that's a faraway phone call.
And we had our pal Nick from Australia, but we never got to him, so maybe Nick could call in today, because it is Faraway Phone Call Tuesday. All right, Joe, keep in touch, because now you're part of the show. We want to know how the Arabic lessons are going and all that, okay?
Good luck.
And we want to get into your dating habits and all that fun stuff next time.
That's right. Good luck when you're being held until political prisoners are released.
Yeah.
It's great. They'll be lifting you up by the hair.
Yeah, why not a fireman?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Kind of a boring job later.
All right.
I hope your head looks good on your back.
Yeah. Let's say hi to Dane. Let's say hi to Dane Cook, everyone. Dane.
Morning, everybody.
There he is.
Sorry to make you wait there, but it is Faraway Phone Call Tuesday. You get a phone call from Egypt. You got to go with it, right?
Yeah.
No, that was actually fascinating. I got to listen in for a little bit.
Yeah. See, it has nothing to do with the call from Egypt. We don't care. The thing is, we found it to be a successful radio show, you have to have themed days of the week. And we can't really think of any really good ones, so we just kind of come up with, like, Faraway Phone Call Tuesday. And then people from far away call us.
I love it. I love the idea. Do you ever do just random, do you ever just dial random international numbers?
We should do that, and kind of, that would be a faraway phone call.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could do that, and they're not going to sue us because they're far away.
Right.
Might be reminiscent of the Jerky Boys 4 album. Where they
right. Jerky Boys 4 was their Sgt. Pepper's.
Where they call the Syrian embassy. I was very hurt when they decapitated me.
Boy, I was
very injured.
I was a huge Jerky Boys fan, but man, when they got to the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th album, I'm like, woof.
Yeah.
Something has been lost in translation here.
By the 8th album, they were calling their own answering machine, going, Pablo, come to Florida.
Right.
They're calling each other.
Good.
Dude, it's me. What are you calling me for?
Where are you?
I'm good, man. I'm back in Boston, back in my old stomping ground.
Oh, you guys are shooting up there?
Yeah, here through October.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Dane, we can't keep track of you
Movie
anymore.
machine. Jesus.
You're a movie machine, yeah. But, I mean, you got Good Luck Chuck that's out, and it did very well at the box office, number 2.
Yeah.
And then I'm reading about you. It's like this movie's coming out in 3 months, another movie next spring, and he's filming this one, and then he's going to film this. How many movies?
Yes.
But
yeah.
Like how many? All right, how about this? Good Luck Chuck is out now. How many more movies have you filmed that are coming out still?
One more. End of October, Steve Carell and myself in Dan in Real Life. And that's it.
And then the one you're filming in Boston right now, right?
And he did a cartoon. He did the voice in Horton Hears a Who. And he's doing Bachelor number 2 right now up in Boston, which I don't know if you got a tape from New York, but I did what could be classified as the worst audition for a movie part ever.
No.
It literally... Tor Johnson must have sent a better tape to Ed Wood than I sent in for this. I didn't mean to be awful. But I sent in an audition tape. If you or Barry got it, my apologies for the 3 minutes of your life that were lost watching that. I was awful.
I did watch your audition. It was uploaded online, and the only way I can describe it is it looks like you literally just hung up from the worst phone call of your life. And someone said action.
The way it worked, the way I did the audition for Dane's film is I went into this, and it was cool because Barry used to manage me, who manages Dane, and I know these guys for years. And he goes, Dane would like to see you for this part. So I'm like, okay, great. So, but there was no one reading for it here, so I had to go into a casting director, and they put you on tape. So I had the script. And it took a lot longer than expected because my stupid manager was waiting for me to suggest the casting director. I'm like, I don't know these people. So I went in and they're like auditioning little Indian kids for something. And then they call me in and then like just kind of film me. And you know how casting directors read. They're terrible. They're all actors that never made it. And so they're horrendous, like, oh, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And the only thing worse than her read was my read back. It was awful. I shouldn't. And she's like, that was funny. And I'm like, it wasn't funny. I was horrendous.
I'd love to see that.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, next time Norton comes in, I'm gonna ask I'm gonna have like Michael Chiklis read opposite you, just to give you all the.
That would be nice to have like a real actor. I'd just be more humiliated because like I'm not a good auditioner or / actor, but I the shame of being with a real actor probably would kill it.
So Dane, Jimmy didn't get the part.
Jimmy didn't get the part, and I personally asked Jimmy to lay down on the train tracks because I thought he'd be really funny in that role, and of course I still am. I'm looking for that perfect part for you, Norton.
Thank you. It'll be how about a walk on where I just walk in and I just do something like huh, and I walk off. Like, I don't have to say anything. I can just put my arms out and just go huh and walk out.
That's already been cast.
Oh, Bob Kelly. How's Bobby doing?
Yeah, how's that on your coattails?
I know.
That must be a big weight to drag around, quite literally.
Bobby is in the movie. He filmed his scenes. He plays a guy who owns the strip club. We filmed in Centerfolds here.
Dude.
Yeah. I said, dude, put money and look at the girls, dude.
And
Can I tell you the latest on Bob Kelly? And I'm sure Dane obviously got the same thing. You got the invite for his wedding?
Yeah, via online.
Thank you. Yes.
Online.
I got an invite to Bob Kelly's wedding. I'm like, that's really nice of him. And then I figured out that it's an invite to watch him get married on the internet.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I'll sit in the chat room as the priest says, if anybody here thinks this marriage should not happen, please type now.
Yeah. How weird is that? I guess he's getting married in what, Hawaii?
On a beach.
Somewhere on a beach, and he's inviting his friends to watch it on the internet.
That way you can go in the water and mate right away.
Bob's afraid that as he's on the beach giving the ceremony, someone's going to come over and splash water on him, ask him if he's okay.
Trying to unclog his blowhole.
That was my first internet invite for a wedding. It's kind of interesting.
Because it's the first one ever given.
Right?
No one's ever been as trashy as Bob Kelly as to go, dude, just send money and then go to www. It's like, you fatso, why don't you invite us to the wedding? If we can't make it, we'll watch it.
Oh, Dane, he's got he's got the iPhone. And I have the iPhone too, so he's showing me some pictures of something, and it wasn't even to show me pictures. It really wasn't, because I don't even know what the pictures were of. I didn't care. He didn't care. He then, while I'm looking at the screen, hits recent calls, and that was his purpose, just to see Dane's name right at the top. Like, you must have just talked to him, and he did that, and that was the sole reason for calling me over to look at the picture, so he could then hit contacts like he just didn't mean to do it, but did it. And then it's in red. So I go, you son of a bitch. I go, you did that just so I'd see Dane Cook's name on your just called you list. And he started cracking up laughing. I don't know how you deal with him.
I don't know. I mean, that's just short of going to the mall and buying one of those T-shirts at that little cart in the middle.
Yeah. I guess what we're trying to say, you got to cut him loose.
You got it, Dane. Let him go.
Let him go.
You've done what you could.
You've done what you could, right?
You've done enough. You put him on TV.
Above and beyond, Dane.
He just takes any heat and he throws ice on it.
I can't do. We made a life oath over a bucket of potatoes in the basement of Remington's.
Wow.
He's got.
All right, that is serious.
He's got something on you. What is it? Pictures? What has he got on you?
He does actually. No BS. Bobby has some. Bobby has probably the worst. I did a photo shoot one time at Revere Beach.
Uh-oh.
And I will openly admit these are the most. These are like Norton's audition. These are the most. These are the worst things imaginable.
You're not in fishnets and women's panties, are you? And boxing gloves?
I've got the Joey Lawrence, feathered
nice
hair.
Yeah.
I'm wearing like a blazer over a wife beater.
Oh no.
That's cool.
Washed jeans with my like knockoff Back to the Future 2 futuristic Nikes, the ones that came up to your calves.
Oh.
And I'm posing in the water. I'm trying to pose, and it is brutal.
Are you trying to look sexy? Like? Are you trying to look sexy or?
Yeah, I'm trying. I think at the time, it's bad. It's the worst. And I'm doing that thing where I'm like, you've got my back, and I'm looking over my shoulder, like, oh, I didn't know you guys were here.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
I didn't know anything about touch-ups, so I've got like back acne, and I'm just there's nothing good happening in those pictures.
Why? You should throw those pictures up on the MySpace.
Absolutely, dude. That should be your MySpace
fans would
picture.
love
They would go
to see
nuts
that
for
stuff.
That would be funny.
I might have to beat Bobby to the punch on that one.
We were talking about band photos once. When you're in a band and every band has them, and for some reason the drummer's got to like hold his sticks in one hand in an X, and the singer's got to be out in front making and they all got. You can't look like you have any sense of humor. It's all about the attitude. And then you look back years later and go, "What a douche."
What were we so angry about?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. All angry.
My favorite embarrassing moment for any drummer are all the early 80s videos. Like, I think they used to do this a lot with Journey, where it was like they couldn't afford to have like a real video, so they just put the drummer at like a bar, and he's got a drum on like a bar.
Yeah.
The bowl is like the hi-hat, and it really rocked out. It was like there's a big Journey song that's so embarrassing.
Oh, I think it was like Separate Ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing like the drums on a wall or something.
Dude, you've been hooking, really pairing up with very attractive
Jessica Alba, come on.
Before now it's, I think,
and Jessica Simpson.
Kate Hudson's in the movie he's doing now. Before that it was Alba, yeah, and then Simpson. And so I have to ask you, because everybody's saying that you were hanging out with Jessica Simpson. And, come on, were you actually were you banging her? Were you hooking up with her? I have to ask. My friend, please.
I mean, we were hanging out. We were definitely hanging out. But, no, nothing lewd or lascivious was happening at that time.
I don't know if I believe that.
Canoodling?
Just a good makeout
in the
session?
Vernacular of the page 6, canoodling.
I shouldn't have asked that aggressively. Let me.
No, please ask.
Did she ever?
Ask me in a roundabout way.
Did she ever? Let me ask you. Did she ever jump out of the car and go? And you went, "I'm sorry, I told you." I don't want to be too.
I'm not going to Wilder Valderrama anybody. I can't believe I just said that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, you hang out with these people. I'm a straight American male, and these are some cute women. So if we can hang out, it's nice. If not, then it's all good.
See, just think of what you would do. What would Jimmy do? You're in that situation. You'd probably at least give it a good whirl, give it a good try.
No, I wouldn't. My self-esteem wouldn't allow me to.
Wouldn't allow it?
Nah, my self-esteem would step in and just go, she couldn't want to bang you. So I wouldn't even give it a shot. I hope at least she gave it a shot or threw out the vibes. And if they didn't come back, they didn't come back. It's kind of hard to compete against John Mayer at the time, who's got the large... I never realized how big John Mayer's head is. He has a Stonehenge head. His head is huge. I got a picture of John Mayer with my girlfriend. I'm like, when did you go to Ireland and see this thing? Oh, my God. That's John. Which means he's probably packing.
It's really true, though, that old saying. It's like the most beautiful women. You think that they're the ones who've got, like, all the attention. They are the loveliest people.
Do you think it's because people are afraid to talk to them?
That says a lot right there. There was some action with Jessica.
Do you think it's because people, like, she's so hot and she's Jessica Simpson that people are afraid to talk to her, so she's almost open to be spoken to?
That's the whole thing, man. The opening song for any guy, they have no... I've seen it happen. I've watched guys talk to some of these. They have no idea what to ask.
That's kind of true. Yeah, what the hell do you even say? And
that's the great thing about being a comic, though. It's like, we've always, we can talk about we can segue into anything about anything, and most of these chicks just want somebody to, like, talk to them normally instead of, like, trying to throw some kind of, like, resume angle or I'm cool.
Right. Yeah.
And they love it if you just go up and go, I just ate a hoagie for lunch, and they're like, oh my, really?
But how about if you follow it up with a burp and go... I'm sorry, man. How about if you follow it up with a burp and go, here, smell.
Blown in their face, salami.
And the movie, we got a break, man. Right now, the movie that's out is Good Luck, Chuck. Yeah. And it's with you and with Jessica Alba. And you guys made some decent cash over the weekend, man. That's got to make you feel pretty psyched.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely, number one comedy in the country. Feels fantastic, and of course, we knew when we made it a year ago, we were like, we're gonna go for the furthest raunch and furthest, kind of cringe factor, but we still wanted to have a sweet center. So we definitely expected to get the crap beat out of us by some of the reviews, which is normal for broad comedy anyway. But the people went out, and we had a great weekend, and with no comedies opening this weekend, we're hoping to, sail in there again and make some more numbers. But people are digging the movie, so...
Jessica Alba in her underwear. That's all you need to know. Jesus Christ.
She is absolutely beautiful. I mean, she's funny in the movie and take all that away, but, she's just gorgeous.
And lonely. Let's remember that. Let's remember that.
I'm gonna try. I'll probably take his advice and go, you know what? She's just lonely. And I'll walk up and go, God, I mean, I just went over to Subway, and she'll go, die. Dane said that already. Oh,
right. I just want to be poked in the stink knuckle.
All right, dude. We got a break, but the movie is Good Luck, Chuck. Everybody knows that. I mean, I'm like a radio guy. It's with you and Jessica Alba, and I heard it's really funny, and you're doing well. And congratulations, man.
Thanks a lot, fellas.
Thank you, Dane. And if you're ever in New York, feel free to stop by, regardless of what anyone tells you.
And hold on, and wait, it's like I told you, don't come back. See, that's me acting.
Wow,
now he just acted.
That was really good.
I did swing through town a few days ago, but it was to check out Bobby Kelly's shower.
Well,
he wouldn't shut up about.
Can he shut his face about the fact that the Jets shoot out at ass level? It's because you can't reach anymore, Bob.
He's got to go through like a car wash.
It's specially constructed. Dude, I can't reach back there anymore. You're an ass.
There's just cloth hanging from the roof, from the ceiling that goes back and forth over and suds him up.
He tells us all the same crap.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that he's telling me the same crap he tells Dane Cook. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Put him on the phone, Dane.
Yeah. The best part is when Bobby took me in the shower, he did that thing where he actually he looked back at me when he hit the Jets, and he looked at me like he just uncovered like a vintage 1954 Chevy. He looked at me like, huh?
Oh, what an ass. I love him. We got to go, Dane.
We're breaking.
Yeah. Stupid breaks.
All right, man. But good talking to you, and Good Luck, Chuck is out now. And all right, we'll talk to you again, man.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Dane.
Dane.
Dane Cook, everyone.
Bye.
We'll take a quick
That's
break.
That's a big star right there now.
Yes. He's
amazing.
Nothing but films.
Yep.
Smart.
Yep.
It's Opie and Anthony.
Now whip it. Into shape.
There it is, Jim.
Shape it up. Get straight. Go forward.
Yeah.
Swim walk.
Move ahead.
Oh.
Tattoo detective.
My girlfriend was trying to swim walk, and she was like doing it in full swim motion. I'm like,
that ain't it.
Sucks.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. All right, we get it. Ladies New Wave Tuesday. Yeah.
Whip it. A lot of kids like that.
Meg White, sex tape, real or fake?
I say fake. I've seen the stills, and I say...
I'll tell you one thing.
Fake.
That woman in the tape has ample bosom.
Yeah.
Bosoms.
Is she chesty?
She's got some ample
thank
bosoms. She's got some ample bosoms.
If it was naked Harry Potter, I would have had 80 copies of it laying around, but...
No. Oh, hey, linger longer.
Yes, exactly.
Gotta linger longer.
Yeah,
pal.
this is... a lot of people are debunking this, saying no,
already?
It's not. It's not her.
Well, she canceled the tour or told good old Jack that she's a bit anxious.
Yeah,
she's got some
anxiety issues. So no.
So no tour for the White Stripes right now?
Yeah.
And now there's a sex tape?
Yep.
And why the sex tape out of nowhere?
I don't know. I don't think it's her. Kind of looks like her a little, but...
Are these stills from the sex tape?
Yeah. Yeah, you could get the sex tape somewhere.
And this is the actual sex tape right here?
Huh? Yeah. Well, okay, let me look. Well...
She's got ample bosoms. I'll say that again.
She certainly does. Quite amazing.
The girl looks like her.
A little bit.
She's a trooper.
That guy,
look at that.
Like choking her a little bit?
No. He needs somewhere to put his hand.
That's needs something to hold on to. Wow, look at that. There's a lot of swing in that.
That girl looks too cute to be Meg White.
A little bit, yeah.
Where can they find the sex tape there?
She's kind of funny looking.
I think if you just Google it, you should find it, right? Yeah. I would say just Google it.
All right, Google it.
Wow, she has there's nothing sexier than like when a woman's having sex like that and she's natural, like when they're real.
Those are completely real, yeah.
The shaking of real breast. She has like a little belly. She has like a nice little bunt. The shaking of real breasts during sex is incredibly sexy.
Yeah.
The heavy.
It's just
lovely shaking to and fro.
Moving.
To and fro.
To and fro, like two pleasure pendulums swinging, full of deliciousness.
To and fro.
Two fleshy globs.
You know what? This isn't her.
Something.
It's just not her. I think a lot of people out there,
well, there we go, climbing on board.
Whoa, hey! There's a lot of girls out there.
All aboard.
That they know they look like someone, and this is the next step: is to make a fake sex tape. That video, right?
Like whoever she's with, by my hats off to this guy.
Sex looks ridiculous. Look at this. Just look at this guy.
That's the way you should do it.
It's the repetition of it that just makes it look silly. If it was, a bunch of different moves, but it's that repetitive doink, 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 doink that just makes you look silly. Because if you did anything else like that, if you just sat here going... I'm just gonna bang my hand. I look silly.
Wrong side of the desk, though. Go under it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's better.
And just repeat: needy,
yeah,
needy, need.
And then all that flexible flesh just kind of waving.
Someone is actually asking who is Meg White from the White Stripes.
Was she supposed to be married to the? Like, were they married?
It was a whole. I don't know. It was a whole thing.
She's very sexy. I mean, this girl.
Well, she's got the ample bosoms.
I like ample bosoms. I like a fleshy bottom.
She's very natural. She's very natural.
Big fat and that. What's the real one look like? The real broad. Jesus,
yeah, punch up a picture.
Fat. So she's a body like Roland. I don't know. It was me, but it wasn't.
A Roland sex tape.
It is Rock Scream Tuesday. Let's get Keith in Massachusetts. We got to do at least one a week. Keith, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Ope?
Hey.
Hey, it's the kid from the confessional booth in Mansfield.
Oh, right on, yeah. This guy did a great Rock Scream.
He doesn't remember you.
Are you ready?
Completely remember this guy.
Oh.
Listen to this Rock Scream if you don't think I remember this guy.
All right.
This guy knows how to do it. Go ahead, Keith.
Let's go, baby. Here it is.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all right.
Wow.
Yes, sir, Anthony. Yes, sir.
The phone messes it up a little bit, but there you go.
You sure have a lot of breath.
Hey, if it is Meg White, it's a younger version of Meg White. Is that what you're thinking, Jimmy?
No, I mean, she really...
You think it's her?
Thank you, Keith.
That's a close one. I want to see the one... Eric brought up a picture of Meg White. Like, you can see just like halfway up to her breast, she's wearing a
very ample
bustier shirt. And then he's got the porn picture of her where her face is kind of freeze-framed. But I want to see a shot of her full body, like a real shot of Meg White.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to kind of tell if she's like... Is there anything with her midriff showing? I don't know what she's... She looks skinnier in the picture. What a little fatty she is. I like that.
She looks like Tola on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a skinny girl.
Oh, she's a little blimp. I like that.
a little pudgester.
Like, she's naked. She's like kneeling on the bed, and her arms are up or whatever, and you could see the belly roll.
Yeah.
Like, which I'm not, believe me, I'd have sex with her in a fat second, but she's just a little chubbaroo.
Boy, there's a surprise today.
What a chubbaroo she is.
Jimmy would actually have sex with someone that's not perfect. Of course you would.
Well, well, if you saw me last night, you'd realize Jimmy would attempt to have sex with somebody who's not perfect. Floundering zilch. It's okay. He's supposed to be laying there like that. It was awful. It really was.
Because it just sounded clinical how you described it. We keep going back to this.
What was happening was...
I don't know, when you have sex, it's supposed to just be this thing, this natural thing.
Yeah, it was...
When you have to have your woman sit there and try to calm you down and say it's okay, then... Maybe you should watch a movie and maybe give it another shot in a couple hours.
It was 1 o'clock in the morning. My toes were pointed straight. I almost pulled 2 calf muscles at the same time. Do you understand? My calves were locking up. My toes were like just shaking. Like shaking toes.
You're going to get like Nicholson's character in Carnal Knowledge.
Oh, I think you meant like Nicholson's body in that photo recently in the boat. Where he's eating a sub sandwich.
No, that was
420.
About Fatty.
Nickel?
Yeah,
Jack
Nicholson,
Nicholson.
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking, never mind. I was thinking
Carnal Knowledge?
Yeah, Carnal Knowledge. It's like he got so into so much like kinky weird stuff that he couldn't really just have sex anymore.
It's very much like that for me. What I need is I need time down from like porn and stuff like that. Because like when I don't see when I'm not watching a lot of porn, my girlfriend and I have really good sex. Because I'm like just like human again. But when I'm watching all that stuff, it's so hard to relate. Like without filth, without...
You need some kind of filth.
Yeah, because she's not pretty normal. You know, she's good in bed, though, but she's just normal good in bed. She's not a filth bag.
You ever take a day off from, like, taking care of,
yourself?
Or...
Not a day?
No, okay. No, probably, I mean, I have.
What's the longest you could go?
I mean, I've gone 2 weeks, but that's... with a tremendous amount of effort, and that's like being very conscious of it. But I've probably done that like once or twice, maybe 2 or 3 times in the last 10 years. I mean, I mean, it's every day.
How many times a week? Just you?
Just me? I would say at least once a day. Like it's been bad. Like the last couple of days, it's been like 2 or 3 times. But
a day?
Normally, that's very rare. Usually, it's once.
Well, that's probably why you have a little bit of an issue. Because
usually, it's once.
And when you're with your beautiful girl there, are you thinking too much?
Yeah, and I'm also, again, when you're so used to being by yourself for hours at a time and not allowing myself to just move on, because then the high is over. As soon as you're done, the high is over. So when you're keeping a high going, it's almost like smoking a joint. Like you don't actually finish the joint. You keep lighting it, taking one hit and stopping. That's kind of what it's like. Or it's like having one giant bottle. Couple sips, then stopping as opposed to drinking the whole
Well, it's always been. You go to the point... You go to the edge of the cliff, and then you pull back. Mm-hmm. And then you keep going. You keep looking for different or newer things and that, and then you go to the cliff, and and then you realize, oh, my God, 8 hours has passed.
My back hurts. I feel like Raymond Burr.
I've wasted 8 hours of my life.
Yeah. Why would that be a waste?
Well, because if you just would have done things and gotten over with.
You're talking about yourself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm a little slow today.
It's like if you just deal with it and then it's done with, you're not even going to think about it.
Right.
You're not going to be like, I got to continue that. So then you can actually move on and do something.
So your advice is to just jump off the cliff right away.
Just do it. Just do it.
Do you go right off the cliff?
Well, years ago, I used to just, like, spend hours. Just hours. Right to the edge. Stop. Right to the edge, stop, make a sandwich. Well, not really make a sandwich. But, and then the second you're done, you go like, what the hell was that about? Why the hell didn't I just get it over with and maybe go out? It's a nice day. It's rough.
It's horrendous. And then I go down to the cellar, all like crazed up, because I've been all day going to the edge of the cliff, and I'm like, and then I'm in like, I got to do something mode. I got to do something, so I do my set and I come back in hours more. I'm a junkie. It's horrendous.
Wow.
Just
you are.
Jonesing, non-acting little man.
Get a rifle, shoot something. Makes you feel better.
Something should be shot. I'm sure I wouldn't, though. I'd just keep loading the gun and pointing it and then not shooting.
Is it
the
ever...
barrel would point at the ground? Your girlfriend would laugh at you.
It'd be like Daffy Duck's gun or whatever, like where Elmer Fudd's gun would just like blooping over.
Boop.
Is it ever fun, Jimmy?
Sure.
When you're in that state?
Oh, yeah, of course. But when it becomes addictive thinking and behavior, then it's not fun. It's not sexy. It's lunacy.
All right, we want to thank Dane Cook for calling in today.
Yes. Yeah, Good Luck Chuck is his film was number 2 at the box office. And tomorrow we have, coming up on the Opie and Anthony program, we have Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue in studio tomorrow.
Oh, he's always a great guest.
He's got a cool book, too, man. His diaries about being a heroin addict.
Speaking of being a junkie.
Total junkie.
Great stories.
And tomorrow's Wake Up Your Spouse /roommate /girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
All right, one of my favorite days of the week.
And last week we did pretty well with this bit,
yes,
so hopefully we'll keep that one alive.
People like this.
So tune in tomorrow for Nikki Sixx and that stuff and us and more.
And can we hurry? Come on, I want to meet, have a phone conference with the lawyers between shows.
They're making this show miserable. Now we have to meet with a lawyer in between the two shows.
Between the two shows. Can you believe this? We got to sit there and talk to... What is it about this time? I don't even know.
We're going to start walking really soon.
All right. Some kind of protocol.
They don't want our people gathering outside the building.
Some kind of protocol.
Just go away.
Well, that isn't...
we don't need a lawyer.
CBS. That isn't CBS. That's the buildings.
But just go away. We don't need to listen to a lawyer. These lawyers talk to us like they're like our parents, and we're 15, 16 years old.
We're not. All right? So just stop. I'm grown up now.
And thanks for all the incredible help you gave us ever since our last meeting. Remember, we were going to work together. Haven't even heard from you once since that meeting, you jerk.
Wow. All right,
trust me.
Let's go get on the phone with him now.
Trust me, I wish it was after 9. Lawyers are useless for our lives. Useless.
They're detrimental.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. It's Opie and Anthony.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
The virus is spreading.
Opie and Anthony.
And we're back on XM Satellite Radio.
Yeah. Look at us.
Second half of the show. Wow. Usually we get to hang out, make some phone calls, do a little web surfing. Laugh. Instead, we had to meet with a lawyer.
Lawyers.
Yeah.
Thank God that was a phoner.
And then,
Yeah, no one ever gets mad when the lawyer's cancel and can't make it in. Come on, Roland, find out where he is.
Right.
What is he, destroying another radio show? Fucking cunts they are. I say cunt in the first minute every day. My apologies.
That's good. No,
just got to get it out.
No, I mean for waiting so long. First
right.
In my mouth. Well, it's so good to use potty language.
It probably wouldn't be smart to talk about what we were just talking about. Nothing too big as far as the listeners are concerned, but I didn't even want to acknowledge this guy, and I didn't. I didn't say hi. I didn't say bye. And
you didn't say boo.
And I didn't even.
That's what I like saying.
I didn't even comment as he was doing his lawyer spiel. Because this is the guy that we had a huge meeting at corporate with a bunch of lawyers because we were really frustrated about our radio show, and they kind of promised that they would help us out and try to figure shit out, and we haven't even heard from them since then.
Should have mentioned the website.
They just fucking lie. They got their agenda, and they can't see it any other way.
Once they push it through,
so now that I know that, then we'll be okay. I'm not going to attempt to fucking get anything done with these guys. And then I apologize to Tom because I'm like, look, I'm sorry, but I just can't fucking stand that guy, and that's the truth. And we speak the truth on this show. And then I walk back into the studio, and And I go, Steve, no meeting today. I just want to go home. I don't feel right to begin with. I got like this stupid lingering cold.
Longer.
Out of nowhere. And Anthony fucked his girlfriend all night instead of sleeping.
Hey. Boy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
That was a little rude.
It's a little more romantic than that. No, it wasn't.
I apologize. That was
Why? That's
ridiculous.
fucking hot.
Nah.
That's what you should do in your
I should have a little respect. There was some
I was
love-making.
irresponsible.
There was lovemaking going on all night long. Honestly, Ann, I apologize. I shouldn't have
Here's
been
what
that
Anthony
harsh
did.
about
Anthony's
that.
girlfriend came home.
I'm just a little on edge right now.
After a long flight.
Yes.
And tried to cuddle up and be loving. And the cock Kumia couldn't resist. And she was like, all right, I'm here. I know. It's been a few
Nah, she was all horned up.
Oh, really good.
Yeah. You know, it's great when you just kind of laying there and you're doing like the kind of, just touch it. There's certain areas of a girl's body that if I touch that area, it's just over. I get like so friggin' worked up.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
that hip area between, the hip and the ass cheek kind of.
The little fleshy, soft area.
Yeah. And then that curve
Right
between
here.
there, right there.
Right.
Oh, Opie,
feel yours.
no, I don't want to see
Let me
yours.
feel yours.
Holy Jesus. Okay. That area suddenly does nothing for me now.
What other area? Yeah, what other area?
No, that's a great area right there.
The taint, right?
Hip. No, I don't want to see your taint.
no? Okay.
Don't show me the taint.
All right, I thought it
That'll
might
ruin
be-
our radio relationship.
I thought it was another area. That's
Is
all.
anybody afraid of taint in this room? I'm not.
Jimmy, we've seen it.
Okay.
That's
We've seen it.
It's a great area. And then, you kind of get a little worked up. And then once a leg goes over the other leg, and now you got like a nice thigh against
I can
your,
say,
your,
what part
your
of the thigh?
cock area.
What part of the thigh?
That's just, it's over.
I can show you the thigh. That's easy. What part?
Once you start doing the involuntary dick pump motion, like a dog, you're just humping something, it's over.
You know what part of the body I like, honestly?
You gotta fuck.
If I'm laying behind a girl and she's laying on her side, I'm not a big elbow fan because they're ashy. If she's laying on her side facing away from me, I'm laying behind her. And picture a woman like in a jogger's trophy mode, like where her lower leg is stretched out straight, and the top leg is kind of bent like she's running, but it's crooked, and I'm behind her. And I'm kind of like running the hand down the ass,
yes,
onto the thigh, and on. That is a very fucking
very good.
area. I like that.
You
a
ever
lot.
do the sideways fuck? That's a funny one. Same position with the girl like that, a leg up, and she's on her side, but you're on your knees.
Yes.
So you're fucking her sideways. Hey, I'll fuck you, fuck you sideways.
Fuck you 10 ways till Sunday.
10 ways till sideways.
I like the side. I don't like to fuck when we're both sideways. On your side or on yours, I can only fuck. I don't like being on my side because I'm very awkward. But when she's on her side like that and you're kneeling and you're like kind of
it's very unique.
Her hips, you're holding her ass with one hand and her like the top of her thigh, the outside of her thigh. Yes.
But
I fucked Margaret Houlihan that way. Yes.
But you could break something that way.
Huh?
You could break something that way.
No.
You could break your cock.
No.
You don't want to break your cock.
No. You got to watch where that leg goes.
So then we come in and, because of Ant's thing last night and I'm not feeling that good, no creative meeting today. So I go, Steve, what's pressing? He goes, well, we want to do that best ass contest, trying to bring back some of the old bits, right?
Right, yeah.
And
This was funny.
But they would rather us call it the best butt contest.
Best butt.
So we said, go fuck yourselves. We're doing best ass.
I want best shithole.
Right.
Exactly.
Best shitter.
Best flesh surrounding the shithole.
How about best rape hole? Can we call it that? Best rape hole. What fucking... Could you call it the best butt? Oh, you...
Best butt.
Fucking shut up.
Best hiney. Can we say best hiney?
How about worst girl asshole contest?
Oh.
How about worst area?
And we give a free bleaching to the one that has the worst darkening of the area.
Deepest, darkest asshole.
Let me tell you something. All kidding aside.
Yes, all kidding aside.
I like a deep, dark asshole.
Do you like it?
I swear, I'm not kidding.
It could look like a popped out eye from an eye socket.
Exactly what it looks like. It looks like you're coning someone's ear. I like a deep, dark asshole. Not filthy. I mean, that's
we
simply
get it.
Skin color.
Skin color thing.
I don't mean dirty in that.
You don't mean dirty from the brown dirty.
Like a sinkhole. Like, I want an asshole that she's like, don't look in there. A 5-year-old on his big wheel rode over it and died in 1997. It's embarrassing.
They put plywood over it so no one does it again.
A nice sinkhole dumper.
Oh, look at that. He said what?
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Bill O'Reilly. We're on top
might
of
have
stuff.
some legs.
We're on top of stuff in this show.
You think Bill's freaking out a little bit right now? Is he doing the old, oh boy, what did I say?
I'll tell you why. No, because he's probably embarrassed by what he said. Like, oh, that was I look like an asshole. But his job is not in jeopardy because he could apologize and say, I just meant this. And because he wasn't trying to be funny or a dick, he will not be penalized because of the term.
No,
absolutely not.
I think because he was with Al Sharpton.
And he wasn't trying to be funny.
And
it's
paid the bill.
just going to give him good ratings.
Yeah, bastard.
So I like a deep, dark asshole.
Oh, right. Let's get back to deep, dark assholes.
I like the fucking... do you know what I tell you, honest to God, what turns me on is if a woman tells me she's going to fuck me with a strap-on...
Ah, okay.
I'm not in the bedroom, but if I'm talking to a girl and she like hints that she would do that, it's fucking sexy.
You like hearing that?
What I like...
You wouldn't do it, but what the hell is that?
I'm going old school.
Oh.
What do you like, Jimmy?
If she says, well, I'd fuck you with a strap on.
Oh, yes, message.
Oh,
hello.
boy, everyone's leaving the room.
Oh, my God.
They're leaving the room, Jimmy. Bring them back.
No. You wouldn't make me suck it, would you? Well, no, they wouldn't leave. They'd wait for the answer to the question.
That turns you on to have her say that. But you wouldn't dream of having her do it? Or?
I wouldn't.
Wait, say what?
That it's not that I wouldn't let you fuck me in the ass. Well, no, let me rephrase that. I've never been fucked in the ass yet. But if you'd strap one on, I'd let you slap it against the hole.
Oh, okay. Wow. Let's clear it out. The room's gone.
Bring him back, Jimmy. Bring him back.
I would, I don't dream of it. I don't think it's fantastic, but it's not horrible.
What? We don't really know what you're saying.
It's odd.
Somebody would strap one on.
There's no business going on back there. There should just be no business going on back there.
Dude, it would just look silly.
I'm sure. You know what, though?
Oh, my God, would that look silly?
No. Let me tell you something.
No?
What? No?
Listen to me. And I mean this. When Nurse Pig walked into my fucking hotel room in Vegas one time.
Right, Nurse Pig.
She was a dirty girl, and she had a strap-on on, and I wasn't going to get fucked. She looked really sexy in it because she was so dirty, and she was a spitter, and she slapped it on my asshole. But I couldn't get fucked. It was like just too... It would have been too painful, and my ass, I like a little finger.
If she slapped it on your asshole, though, was she trying and you went like, ow?
No, but I'm like, God, press it against, but I wouldn't let her put it in. It was the idea that she was doing it.
Ow.
Leave that alone.
Ow. Don't fuck me up the ass, bro.
Yeah, I didn't want to be fucked.
No. There's just no business back there.
No.
I got no qualms against grabbing some cheek and fucking pulling it towards you. You know, and by you I mean you, Jimmy.
What if she tried just to get a good grip?
Well, that's what I mean. You can get a good grip.
And used your ass like a bowling ball just to get it.
No, not a bowling.
It's easier to throw the bowling ball if you got the finger
bocce.
in it.
They're just playing bocce with my ass.
All right,
no bowling.
I have
just botch.
You have your asshole licked out, right? In your life?
No, never in my life. Because it is just something I can't be comfortable with.
Yeah.
Why?
There's no problem. There's no, I don't have fucking hemorrhoids dripping out my asshole like cheese sandwiches.
I know what my ass is doing on a daily basis.
But
yikes, man.
I just don't want a girl back there. Again, the silly factor. It's got to look silly.
No.
And
into the silly zone. It's over.
And the second that sex is over, you're just going to feel really silly.
I had a girl that used to fucking jerk me, and I mean, she had a nice wet mouth, a lot of spit. And she would lick my asshole. Because a lot of the girls who do massage, a couple of them would lick my asshole because my asshole's immaculate. immaculate.
Well, we know. We've all seen it.
And she would put me on my... I remember the first time she hit my ass and she went, get up on your hands and knees.
Whoa.
All right.
Ordering you?
No, she was subtle. It was kind of subtle. A subtle command.
Subtle.
So I'm on my hands and knees, and my chest is on the bed, my asshole's up in the air, and I look rather sexy.
You're perched. Your ass is perched.
It was kind of cat-like. I looked like a little cat. She actually went and I made biscuits.
Sugar.
What's the cat's name? Cunt.
No, it's Jack. Jack purrs and goes.
What the hell is a Jack?
And then pushes. Jack is my cat. Mine and my girlfriend's cat.
Right.
And little trivia. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Steve from Bayshore actually gave us Jack. Just thought if somebody would want to know. Little white paws, so cute.
So my asshole's up in the air.
Yeah.
And she is tonguing it nicely. And she's licking my balls, and she takes my cock, and she bends it back, not hard.
Oh, ow.
No. Gently.
Okay. And she fucked you in your ass with your own cock.
I wish I could. No, but she was like running her lips along the back of the cock.
Like a harmonica. Little bit.
I was going to go with kazoo, but if harmonica is more comfortable for you and your homophobia,
I'm just kind of...
But, a kazoo for me. But
kazoo?
Wait, I want to make it perfect. I don't think it's homophobic. It's just, I just know what my ass does, so it's like, ugh.
We don't have homos in the studio like you do in your country.
Right. I just wouldn't be comfortable. Like, I think when you get into some of this sex play, you got to be comfortable with what's about to happen, and I know what my ass is capable of doing on a daily basis, and I wouldn't be able to relax to have that done.
We'll take if you shower right before. Like, a lot of times it's important to shower right before.
Showering is a great thing, but I would, even after a shower and a good scrubbing with an elephant brush, I just wouldn't feel comfy with a girl doing that.
She was licking my ass and jerking me. It was fucking... She would say sexy things like she would call my dick a fuck stick and a meat pole. She was dirty.
A number 2 pencil? No?
Kind of like that,
oh,
yes.
Yeah,
and then she'd rub it on her face and erase her own dignity. She was sexy. But yeah, your asshole can be it can be a cool area to play. Like, I don't mean out of homophobia, but out of the sensation itself, it feels good.
No. I'm fine with it just not being toyed with.
Really?
Yeah.
How about if someone took their finger, like take your hand and hold your fingers up.
All right.
Take your middle finger.
Do this.
And lick the back of it. And then like just rub the stiff back of your middle finger against your asshole.
No, it would probably tickle too much.
How about if she made this noise?
I'd go,
with her mouth.
I don't want to hear a Wookiee noise.
I like that. I like when my girlfriend rubs my asshole and she'll go, "And who's a big boy?"
Ah, that's
I am.
cute. I am.
A rusty trombone.
The filthy whore. Wait, what is it? A rusty trombone is best with a filthy whore. That was it. Oh, we got it. I haven't heard this in a while.
They had a very low percentage, but man, when they did hit one, they hit it out of the park.
This is a marching band.
A rusty trombone is best with the filthy whore. She'll reach around and get you off with her hand. All the while she'll lick your spot by your tiny balloon knot. Hope you didn't eat too much bran. A rusty trombone may not be moral. While I think this sounds kind of gay, I'd rather get some oral with the finger up my butt. But that's me, what the hell, I'm a nut. Come on, honey, start the music. Yeah, you play that well.
Wow, that's a blast from the past.
From Airsick Productions.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes.
Yes, Paul Bond and Billy Staples, who doesn't sound too good when he calls one of Fez.
No.
Wow.
No.
Where is Billy?
Wow. Billy's...
I don't know. It sounds like
scared
he's
to leave his house.
He's living in the basement somewhere.
Or he's scared to go upstairs. He had some...
Didn't he fall down the stairs?
He had a car accident or something.
I don't know what happened. Do you know the Billy Staples story?
Not the most recent chapter,
No?
Well, you know what? He calls Ron and Fez all the time, but maybe for the O&A audience, he could call us. And
O&A! Oi, nee.
What?
I don't know. That's what Ronnie does. That's our Midwest fans. I listen to Oi, nee.
Fargo.
Oh, I watched that over the weekend.
Oh, those are the fans
twice.
of Minnesota, he says?
Minnie. It's hysterical, man.
Can we do Uncle Bob's Rusty Trombone song if we're playing Rusty Trombone songs today? All right. Remember this one?
Now you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you. There's nothing to it. Show 'em you can play all night. Grab that horn, hold it tight. Put your lips right on the hole. Gently now, don't be too bold. Slide it to the left and right and blow on it with all your might. You'll get horny if you play your horn alone. So get behind me and blow on my trombone. Stroke it in and out, my friend, while you blow the other end. You don't need no saxophone. Now you're doing Rusty Trombone. Rusty Trombone. So tell him that you like his horn and you can play it all night long. Get right down and blow a tune underneath that big old moon. Now it's time to turn around and let your partner go to town. Get on your knees, give a cheer. Dirty Sanchez, time is here. Things get rusty when they are not used. So grab my testes and use a lot of lube. Use a lot of lube. Stroke it in and out, my friend, while you blow the other end. You don't need no saxophone. Now you're doing the Rusty Trombone. Rusty Trombone. Rusty Trombone.
There you go, Uncle Bob.
Wow.
Pinchy from Cleveland writes, let's not forget about the reverse Rusty Trombone, the pinch pot mudworks.
Pinch pot mudworks.
Was that your brother that came up with that one?
I can't remember where that came from, but I remember laughing my ass off hearing about it.
He calls it the pinch pot mudworks.
Is that when you suck a dick and finger the asshole?
I don't. Maybe, yeah. I think it was.
Oh, the reverse.
Police called after man refuses to leave bathroom on board plane. Maybe he's just got to really take a dump.
Maybe he had a tough day there. Max in Dallas, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey,
Opie,
Max.
you rock, dude. I got to thank you. I did the yoo-hoo on my chick last week after I did the car wash on her. She fucking exploded, man. She shot all over my face. I looked like I just got out of the fucking shower. I loved it.
Well, we're trying
the yoo-hoo.
I don't remember the yoo-hoo. I remember when we were talking about eating pussy and ass and everything else. It's just we should just call it the car wash.
Yeah.
Just got to get everything taken care of. But what's the yoo-hoo?
When you curl your finger and you put it up inside her vag and you do come here motion.
Oh, right. Yoo-hoo. The come
Laura
hither.
Korn taught us that years ago.
By the way, the unsexiest name ever for a sex book
Laura Korn?
author or surrogate or whatever. Laura Korn.
It's really bad.
You just think of like corn coming out of her asshole.
Yeah, that's right up there with Becky Warts. and the sex book by Teddy Rash.
All right, Max. I'm glad that worked for you.
Thanks, man. I got to go with Anthony, though. If my chick tried to put anything in my asshole, I'm going to drive my fucking elbow into her forehead.
Why, though, dude? Have you ever had it done?
Yeah.
Just
it leaves me out.
Okay.
But
all right, thanks, Max. Let's go to Derek in Maine.
By the way, I'll bet you what happened was she did something weird, like put a cucumber in Max's ass, and he probably came so much that it looked like he was pissing. He probably came. It was like ropey cum, like almost like Max came so hard from having like what she probably did when she was mad at him. She took a cucumber and she double-handed it, and then palmed the top of it into his asshole, and it went a good 9 inches, and he went, "What the?" And before he could get hell out, ropey cum was fucking soiling his floor and rug. He probably ruined a throw rug with a ropey load. A fucking thick, viscousy snot load.
Ropey. Holy shit.
It looked like a fucking fire hose full of milk, and he couldn't handle that challenge to his sexuality. It grossed me out completely. The fucking way I ruined that throw rug and the comforter and a couple of shoes that happened to be there.
Just like someone stepped on his prostate. That thing hit up against it and just shot it out.
Yeah, exactly. It was like a fucking Like a something. I don't know what I can think of that's better than fucking stepped on prostate. Perfect.
You step on a ketchup packet when you were a kid. It just flies out.
Hey, Bill K. from Philly, he reminds us that we used to play those rusty trombone songs on regular radio, by the way.
Yeah.
And hence the bitching about the lawyers today. Because I was telling Anthony when we got back in here, to the lawyers, it's no big deal. They take a little bit away from you on this bit, a little bit away from you on this thing. And it doesn't look like anything where you sound like a complete asshole if you go, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But then when you add up all these tiny little pieces, fast forward a year or two, and you realize, holy shit, the lawyers are fucking up everything.
Yeah.
Derek, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey.
Dude, I had my girlfriend try to finger my asshole last week, and I almost fucking threw up. It was probably the most disgusting feeling I've ever felt in my world.
What? Oh, you never had anyone do it before?
Dude, it's fucking gross. I don't know how you can stand that shit.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
You know something? How come when I go to the doctor and have to have the yearly physical where they check your prostate, there's no fucking pleasure in the feeling whatsoever. Now, I understand it's a doctor.
I feel bad for you. Yearly? Let me hang up on this guy. Yeah, but I mean, I could give you strep throat, man. You could get it more than once a year.
I don't think I need it more
I feel
than
bad
once
for
a
you.
year.
You know, the yearly exam.
To be honest with you, I really don't need it more than once a year.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Because my doctor said it many times, strep throat, and he's going in there for whatever reason.
There is no reason for anyone to do that except a doctor. And when the doctor does it, it's like, this is not fucking pleasurable whatsoever.
I gotta tell you too, my girl is trying to get me to go to the doctor, and I usually go every year.
Oh boy.
And I refuse to go back to the guy because the last 2 visits I had fingers up my ass for some very
in the waiting room
for very suspicious reasons, by the way.
Yeah, strep throat. You shouldn't have a finger up
I
your
went
ass.
in for strep throat, true story, and I had a finger up my ass.
That's
if you're a doctor out there, you figure it out because I couldn't.
Unless he said,
and now I haven't been to a doctor in over a year because I'm scared to go back to this guy.
He's gonna put his finger up
if
your
he
ass.
said, why'd you finger my asshole for strep throat? If he said strep throat, I misunderstood you.
Sorry. The reason I didn't ask any questions, I know I've said this many times, but I was too busy laughing my ass off when his lab coat got stuck.
Oh yeah,
on the doorknob, and he had the index finger up in the air with shit on it, and he was trying to get out of the fucking examining room to smear it on his slide, and he couldn't get out of the fucking room.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
And then he's going side to side like this, trying to get himself free. Kind of like a Chris Farley thing, you know?
You're trying to get the jacket off of there because he couldn't touch it with his shit finger.
Just picture the Chris Farley move where he goes side to side.
Yeah.
All awkwardly. That's what the doctor was doing. Oh, God, it made me laugh so fucking hard.
Oh, man, you were just... Oh, that's why it's a bad example. Because when you go to the doctor, they also jiggle your balls, and they touch your dick sometimes to check, and it's like, that's not pleasurable. It's like there's a difference...
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt.
No, you're right, it doesn't, but, I mean, it doesn't feel good either.
It doesn't hurt. And even if the doctor... let's say the doctor loaded up that KY he puts on his finger to fucking shove up your ass and put it in his mitt and started jerking you off. You know, it's not gonna, you're not gonna like it because it's the doctor and perhaps it's a man,
right?
But it's still not gonna hurt like sticking a finger up your ass.
Well, you know, first of all, the doctor probably has bigger fingers than your chick. Your girl is small. You're not dating a Greek male in his 50s.
Big mitts.
Dr. Stepoulis is my girlfriend with the fucking fat watch and giant hairy Greek hands with the fucking manicured nails. Hey,
like putting a gyro up your ass.
The type of fucking Greek hand, sculpture, anything. There's nothing worse than a Greek finger in your ass.
Oh, my doctor's got the massive thing of Vaseline, and he lubes that fucker up. The worst feeling is it just feels squishy.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Nothing more degrading than the drive home from the ass exam, because. Like you sit in the car seat and you're squishing around, and then you get out of the car and go in the house and you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom and change. I gotta wash and change.
You gotta go take the rape shower,
and you get undressed, and there's a wet spot by your asshole just of KY jelly.
Yeah, because he's not neat about it.
No, once he does,
lathers up the whole area.
He just throws you paper towels, and he's like, "Clean yourself up." You're like, as you're wiping lube out of your asshole.
You're driving home going, I knew I'd like this.
That was wonderful.
What does it mean now?
The worst is when you're paying your bill. You're paying your bill, you're signing out.
Yeah.
And she says, would you like to make another appointment? And the doctor walks in and casually looks at her and goes, of course you'd like to make another one. And he winks at you and walks out. He knows you like it.
As he looks over his shoulder and winks at you, he puts his finger in his mouth.
Like in that little...
Jimmy just looked at me and went, oof.
Because you know how you crook your finger and put it in like, what did I do?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Hey, really fast, because it might take some time to set up. Brandon M. from St. Pete, yes, he's suggesting that we call up Ronnie B. as an expert witness. That's his new gig on our show?
Yeah,
Eli was telling us?
Yeah, the last one was the comic serial killer.
Right.
And he got on his show, on Ron and Fez, and started talking about how he was an expert witness and how Jay Moore screwed up his whole appearance in his phone call. He was there, his opportunity to be on the O&A.
Right.
On the O&A show. I love those guys, O&A. And they kind of ruined his call, but he's an expert on certain subjects. And now he's asking Earl all the time if we called.
I don't like expert witness, like expert talking head or
commentator.
What are they
called on like Fox News channel?
Yeah, on CNN.
They're the go-to people they have on all the time.
Yeah.
I don't like expert witness.
No, it's an expert.
Just an expert. That's what you need. Ron's an expert. Ronnie, right?
Yeah.
He's an expert. But whatever the subject is, expert of the day.
Well,
yeah.
Brandon's saying we call Ronnie B as an expert. He says witness on Billy Staples because he knows what Billy's up to.
See what happened to Billy Staples.
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's get that rolling.
Dog shit sniffer from Woodside. It feels
dog shit sniffer.
Feels like you sat on a Jello shot.
Jello shot. It really does. It's just horrible.
Speaking of which, why don't we play the pipe song, Brother Joe? It fits perfectly.
The pipe
with what we're doing right now. Yes,
certainly does.
Hit it. Another one we can't play on regular.
And you find it hard to pee, you need the pipe. You're having trouble with erection, gotta shove it up your rectum, it's the pipe. Or if your prostate is swollen, gonna photograph your colon with the pipe. Let's go! Let's go get the pipe. 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 It's big, thick, and mean. Use a lot of Vaseline with the pipe. And you'll know when it's starting because you feel your bugs parting with the pipe. You'll be barking like Rover when the doctor bends you over with the pipe. Hey, let's go! Let's go get the pipe. 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 Let's go get the pipe.
And there you have it.
And I'm just handed this note, and it says, when were you ever allowed to play this? we were playing that also on regular radio.
Well, we didn't say asshole.
No. Bunghole, up your bunghole.
Well, because you didn't know what a
in your a-hole. Let's go get the pipe.
There was a time you didn't really
know
what bunghole was.
The bung. A bunghole is from the isn't it from a barrel?
Yes, it is. The
yes,
bunghole of a barrel.
Keg or a cask or a barrel has the bunghole.
And I imagine when you want to be fucked and not have anyone know where you are, you put your asshole over the bunghole, and then the barrel boys will come and get you.
Right. It's your turn in the barrel.
They're suggesting we call Ronnie a senior contributor, a pundit.
Oh.
Pundit, that's it.
A pundit.
A pundit.
I called it a pundit one day, and Jimmy corrected me.
How could I not?
I know it.
Here he is.
Thank God.
Ronnie B.
How are you, boys?
Hey,
Ron Bennington.
Now, listen, Ronnie.
Yeah.
You want to be like that expert, like talking head on our show, but we need like a smoother thing to call you, like a pundit or a
pundit.
I didn't add the N.
Oh, I do.
I said a pundit.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. Or a senior contributor. What do you want?
Senior consultant, Ron Bennington.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be a little flashier.
I kind of like expert at large, but I want you guys to feel comfortable with it.
Well, yeah, we
expert
at large.
All right, expert at large.
I had a Ronnie B spotting yesterday as I was driving in savage traffic because they wouldn't let me turn down 57th because these savage diplomats are here. But I saw a Ronnie B. It was a celebrity sighting. I'm looking, and I go, I was like excited. I go, wait a minute, is that Ron? And it was. So I yelled out the window.
Right after I saw you, I saw Wolf Blitzer.
You saw Wolf Blitzer?
Yeah, walking on, like maybe another 15 yards on the other side of you. Very exciting street yesterday, 58th Street.
It certainly was.
Sounds like a real hotbed.
Was he walking? Was he walking in a way like he was heading toward the Situation Room?
Yeah.
It did seem like there was a situation going on.
Yeah, he's going to the Situation Room.
You know what's great about the TV guys is how much better their hair looks than ours.
Yeah.
There's constant thoughts about hair if you're in TV.
Yeah, they're walking down the street, and you could tell they're on TV just because of how their hair looks. You're absolutely right.
Hey, Ron, was there a guy following Wolf with a big boombox playing his music bed in case he had to talk?
Oh, wait, we got Situation Room music ready. Maybe we could use this for Ronnie B.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it.
That's kind of cool. Well, now that we got a C&D from Fox, perhaps CNN will chime in with one now.
Yeah, why not?
For using their music now that we can't use the Fox stinger anymore.
I'm sorry that Jay Moore blew up your spot the other day when you were being an expert on our show. Right?
Yes, we want to apologize for that, Ron.
Jay Moore is an awful person. We all know that. God forbid anyone else has a moment in the without Jay Moore finding him. And the slugs, and you know, he's made Fez's life just a terrible mess.
A living hell, yep.
Yeah, he befriended him for a moment and then act like the friendship was ruined, and Fez can't get over it.
Yeah, and meanwhile it was probably nothing to begin with.
No, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Fez.
Now we want to get into something first, but I want to hear, is Fezzy getting a cat?
No, he already has a cat.
He has a cat.
Yeah, he got a cat to make himself better. But the thing is, it's a feral cat. It was once a stray on Roosevelt Island, adopted. So he brought it into his house, and it's like having a wild beast in your house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Proving to everyone he doesn't know nothing about pussies. Thank you. Try the veal.
No, I think it's good. I think you got a real shot line of the day there. I honestly do.
What the hell is he? Well, I was going to say, what is he crazy with that?
What is a feral cat? I know. I've heard it. I don't know what it is.
A wild animal.
It used to be wild. It's brought in. It's basically. You ever see those people that like to adopt a crack kid? Like they'll think, "I'm going to do something for the world, and I'll adopt a 14-year-old crack kid." And then, of course, they're shocked later when all their shit gets sold. That's what Fez has done. He thinks he's done something good, and it's turned it horrible.
You know what they're like, too, those cats? You could be petting them, and it'll purr and lift its head up, and you pet under its chin, and in a split second, it will put a gash on you. It'll just slice you with its claws and lay its teeth into your hand for no reason.
A little known fact, I adopted one of these cats when I was in Buffalo doing radio, and know what I got from this cat? Hundreds and hundreds of flea bite scars. Completely infested my apartment. I bombed my apartment over and over and over again. The flea bites were driving me crazy. I had to throw all my clothes away, half my furniture. This cat gave me fleas in such a way. I got the scars to this day all over my arms.
Can't let him outside.
It was a wild cat that I decided
you can't let it inside.
Needed to be adopted. It was a little thing, a little cute little thing, and I couldn't get rid of the fleas.
By the way, we need that audio, the Bill O'Reilly's controversial comments on African Americans. There's a response, a rebuttal going on at CNN.
Great
it's
stuff.
Black Roland.
Oh, yeah, Black Roland's on.
Black Roland is on there talking. Bill O'Reilly actually ate up in Harlem and was very surprised that the black people actually ate and ran a restaurant like white people do.
Right.
And he said that on his show. He was very surprised.
Hey, Ron, would it be annoying if you called in and we threw awful questions at you? Like, so, Ahmadinejad, what do you got?
No, I would love it. I would love it. Ready to roll with anything.
He certainly is. But we do call you with specific reasons.
And we got one today.
Yeah.
More Vince Champ, black, rapist, what else did they say?
No, we were playing an old song from one of the premier song parody bands ever to grace the radio airwaves, Airsick Productions.
That's like saying Dave Kingman was a premier, hitter. He hit some amazing home runs, but he also struck out an awful lot.
Well,
Airsick is the Dave Kingman of song parody.
Airsick Productions, and we know Paul is still out there doing what he does, but we have no idea what's going on with the more rotund member of Airsick.
The Garfunkel of Airsick?
Garfunkel, right. The Garfunkel. Billy Staples, what happened with him?
Well, the real end story for Billy is this. A couple years ago, he fell off the wagon again. I know that's shocking. But,
yes.
So, ended up in a car. I can't remember it, but in a police chase out there on Long Island. So,
a chase?
Billy was driving the getaway car.
Oh, my God.
And went straight into a telephone pole. That's fast
great.
as his little legs would carry him. So, the easiest way to put it is there was a tiny bit of brain damage.
Oh, okay.
Thing. So Billy is back in his old house with his mom, same bedroom he grew up in. I think there's an old faded Peter Frampton poster still up on the wall.
Is it
Frampton comes alive.
Like one of those a football, like the long triangle football thing with a
pennant,
pennant with a team name on it?
Yeah. So it's just kind of a reversal of the movie Big, where he went back to being a child. So and he wants to, he still misspells some things, some emails to me, and he wants to come in, but he can't come really visit because he has to take an elevator to come up, and for whatever happened to his brain, it's not good for him to leave sea level. So he gets very confused.
Yeah.
He can't leave sea level. That pretty much limits his travel, places to live.
Right. Well, so does, the money also limits that.
Well,
it's not a big problem. And the fact that he could never get a license again.
Oh, my God. What the hell?
Wait, Ron, was he he can't leave, did he get vertigo or something?
Yeah, it's like vertigo, but not exactly. So, even coming up to visit would be a problem, and he's got to really stay on the surface of the planet.
And this slight brain damage didn't affect his desire to eat tasty treats, right?
Well, I think he's had a couple more
staplings
operations since then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What would happen if he came up in the elevator? What would happen?
Well, first of all, bad radio. And then after that...
He was ready to fire that out before...
He gets very dizzy. He's very dizzy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and he can't go over a bridge or through a tunnel?
Yeah, any of those things are a problem. He can't go below or above sea level.
Sea level.
Really, yeah.
That's
So does he live in the basement? Well, that would be below, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it's a topography problem, if anything, really.
Yeah. That really is. Well, I know Fezzi doesn't like bridges, but that's a whole nother thing, too.
Yeah.
He doesn't like going over bridges. And he doesn't like the tunnels or the subway or the cable car. And he moved on to the Retard Island, where you need to take one of those to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
so
I'm
his
really
feral
sitting
cat.
at the cool table with my friends, aren't I? It's just the hip group that I hang with now.
Yeah, there are times I listen to the show and just go, wow, one of these things is not like the other. There's Ronnie, running the ship, and the crew is just a mess. You're like you're the cool guy, but you're in charge of the nerds. You're the Fonz.
I think I'm only cool in that fucking group. I don't think if I was ever around real people, I would be able to function either.
I don't know, Ronnie. People comment on the message boards and stuff. You're a pretty cool guy.
I don't say it.
But
Really
you got to bust out.
No, the fact is, if I got into a situation where it didn't seem impressive that you could take an elevator, I don't know if I would do all that well. I just think I do well with them.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So, what does Billy do for a living? He just lives off what Mom brings home?
Well, he's got Mom, and Social Security is very, very helpful. I mean, once you hit your mid-40s, I guess you're ready to call it quits. And,
now, doesn't he also... I remember he had some kind of budding relationship with his daughter years ago.
Yeah.
I guess that now went down the shitter.
Yeah. The last I heard of that, he had to sit in the back pew and watch somebody else take her down the aisle. So he was upset about that.
Oh, no.
No.
So she got married. He's the father, but some other guy who was more of a dad he took her down the aisle. Yeah, that, you've really done your job as a dad when your daughter just completely alienates you like that.
Well, she actually went to a day laborer to have him take,
You pick him up at Home Depot?
Right outside Home Depot.
You got to get there like 6 o'clock in the morning. There's a bunch of them. And the great story there is Billy was upset because he had rented a suit that day.
Rented a suit.
Not rented a tux or bought a suit. He went to a place where you could rent a suit for the day.
Where? A mortician? Where the hell do you rent a suit? Oh, poor bastard.
What place did he go to? The first floor suit emporium?
Tuxedo's up one level. Oh, well.
Right.
I'll take the Hawaiian shirt.
Hell no. No way am I going up there.
That's got to be the bit now. Walk him through the whole thing.
We really should try to get him up in a balloon. Just to see what would happen.
Wow. Well, I don't think the balloon would get off the ground, to tell you the truth. Guy's a little rotund. All right. It's a little hacky, a little rotund. Everyone knows the balloon would go up, but the bottom would rip out of the basket, and he'd just stand there.
That's damn funny.
Didn't need that.
Well, Mr. Bennington.
There you go. You're expert at large.
You're an expert at large. We needed info on Billy Staples.
And we got
it. That's what I like about Ron.
Vince Champ raped people. So just, sum that up.
Yeah.
Right.
And when are you going to work it out with Jay Moore? There seems to be a little problem there.
There's a problem between me and Jay, and it started the other day when he fucked up my spot. So,
Yeah. I was listening on the way home, and you were talking about it, just going, I just put the phone down.
All right.
Walked away.
Well, I enjoyed being on here today, boys. Remember, I'm baby fuck card holder number 1, so...
Oh, great. Here we go.
Hey, Ron?
Ron,
how's Lily?
She asks about you all the time.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah.
She's just being polite.
She says she just feels so pissy when she sees you.
Why? She's always very nice.
Yes, but I mean, she just feels like she just wants to go. I don't know what it is.
But what do you mean? Like we say, like a lot of times I'll say hi and I think like she'll walk by. Like she probably just doesn't hear me because she's very busy.
No, she says that she's waiting for you to make some kind of move.
Oh. Are you going to make a move, Jimmy?
Yeah, I already did, and she didn't respond to it. I showed up in I wear my white spandex without underpants, and I just go, huh?
Your tent.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, huh?
You want her to make sissy on you?
No.
Make sissy?
Hey, Ron, congratulations on the magazine, by the way. It
thank
needs
you.
to be talked about, yes. One issue, one copy.
That's it. It's like the book.
Yeah, that's
in circulation, though.
It's in circulation, though. You
Tough to get, but worth it.
Do you at least pass it around to others, or?
No. I'm thinking about just keeping it in a dentist office.
That'd be good. You just plop it down in a dentist's office.
It'll become a word-of-mouth sensation.
That's what
you got to go to this.
What's that? I didn't hear Ron.
We really didn't hear you, Ron.
No, I didn't say anything.
He's just... All right, expert at large, Ron Bennington, everyone.
All right.
Bye, Ron.
Okay,
say hi to the gang for us.
All
right. Yep.
There goes our new expert.
Expert
on anything we really need to know about. Ron Bennington.
That Billy Staples line about the balloon would take off and he'd just be standing there on the ripped out bottom.
Had to recover from my stupid balloon not leaving the ground line.
That was borderline fucking childlike, but it was still, you recovered with a gem. Like you swung and missed so hard that you just kept going in the circle and then you belted one off the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that.
I was picturing Peter Griffin when you said that too.
Yes,
just sitting there.
He does. Wow, Peter Griffin and Billy Staples.
A little bit. All right, we're going to take a break. We got to get into the Oscar de la Hoya stuff.
And by the way, I figured out who Ahmadinejad's hair looks like.
Oh, who?
Perez Hilton, but not red.
But black, yeah.
He has fucking Perez Hilton hairdo, but black.
That guy Perez Hilton. What the hell's going on with him?
He likes cock and food. In any order you want to know.
Hair dye.
Doesn't matter. I know.
All right, I got pee-pee.
Can you be on the bestsellers list if you have one book out, but it's bought?
You sold out every copy.
No, I'll tell you why.
Oh,
because in order to become a bestseller, and believe me, if anyone knows, it is simply you have to have certain stores that report to the New York Times, and have to be a certain amount of big bookstores and independents. You can't just have Barnes & Noble. It's got to be Barnes & Noble. It's got to be Borders. It's got to be in different locations. It's got an independent.
What if Ronnie B takes a cab all over town and calls from different locations with his book?
No, it's not about calling, though. They have to report.
And what about like grading on a curve? It's got one book. It's a sellout.
Yeah, but if say he puts it in Borders, he just drops it and someone buys it.
Yeah.
They can't then buy a copy that's gone from a bookstore because there's no copies left.
You could probably do it yourself. Go to the bookstore, buy it, and then go to another bookstore and just walk in and go up to the thing. It's going to cost you a lot of money.
And then you go, what is this? And you go, it's just a book.
Yeah, just keep buying it.
It's just a book.
But just keep buying it in different bookstores.
Yeah. You'd have one copy like from every store in the country, and they'd be like, this guy has a lot of /no fans. Like he's really popular / no one knows him.
I want to make Ronnie's book very popular. One copy, one issue.
I haven't read it yet.
I didn't care for it.
I haven't seen it. You didn't care for it?
No, I didn't care for it. I thought it was pandering. And I thought it was racially biased.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
I'm sick of answering this. When is your video going to be up? Because people are asking over and over again.
I'm sorry, I edited it.
The follow-up to the Vista video is going to be up tonight.
You don't yell at Stanley Kubrick.
Night.
When Kubrick is ready,
exactly.
Kubrick will do it.
I don't rush these things. I might have to do a reshoot also.
Why?
Literally, a reshoot. No, the side of the computer that I shot has like this rubber round circle thing that says Dell in it. And I shot that because, I was aiming. And I shot the rubber thing. And the rubber kind of seals up. So the hole isn't very impressive. It came out the plastic and kind of blew the plastic out, which is nice. It took out a lot of guts. And but the hole going in really doesn't look impressive.
So what are you going to do?
I might have to shoot it again.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
I'll tell you off air.
Oh, really?
I don't want to steal it while we're tinkling.
Okay.
You'll like this one.
I might shoot it from the front, too.
Does it have something to do with the blacks?
No.
Why would it?
Not at all.
Jeez, you talked to Ron for 2 seconds, and you're as racist as he is.
What?
I don't know. I barely was able to say it myself.
Yeah. Get out of here for a minute. Well, we got some audio from the Tonight Show appearance.
Opie and Anthony.
It's great.
They're like the hottest guys on radio.
Wow, that's really nice.
Really nice. Opie and Anthony Show on XM Satellite Radio.
It starts with an O&A plug before headlines.
Opie and Anthony Show on XM Radio.
Very nice.
Test tested. Leno approved.
They plugged us like 3 times last night on the show.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
The hottest show there is. Hottest show there is.
We're discussing with Anthony his commute home today. The
My
UN
strategy.
is in session for, a week here in Manhattan. It's a complete nightmare. We were just talking to Roland, and he said that they shut down West End. It's one of the roads, going north and south on the island of Manhattan.
Yes.
And the whole road was shut down. We asked Roland why. He goes, I don't know, some Italian leader was here.
Yeah. Who cares? No one's trying to get to him.
I don't care how many greaseball Dago Goombas drive through West End.
Dude, all these leaders...
Anthony does not get home.
Most of these leaders could walk the streets of Manhattan and we wouldn't be able to point them out.
No.
So why do we have to shut down roads and for motorcades and shit for the leader of Italy?
Yeah.
Would you recognize him if he walked in right now?
No. I would not know who the hell he was.
What world leaders would you recognize?
I'd recognize that creep from Iran.
Well, the ones you would recognize, just to jump in, are the ones that refuse to come to our country.
Yeah. They don't come. Is Putin here? Is Putin
I'd
here?
recognize him.
I'd recognize Bush.
I recognize him.
Bush.
I recognize Bush.
I'd recognize Mohammed Ahmadinejad.
I recognize Brown.
Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, but he wouldn't. He's not here.
I recognize
the ones that would be here.
Let's see. I'd recognize.
Who's that? Is that the head muckety-muck of Italy?
I would recognize Presidente Napolitano.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I recognize.
Who does he look like?
Who's that cunt? He looks like Joseph Gorieb when your bank says no. Champion. Who sounds like Uncle Paul, by the way.
He looks like Tony. I got the big C, Tony.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Uncle. If you see Uncle Junior walking around town, it's the head muckety muck from Italy.
Yeah. Or
I can't believe it, Tony. They're shooting at me.
Or the
the Great Adventure guy, the Six Flags. Six Flags Dancy guy.
All right, give me
Japanese as well. Why? When is this Bush? We must confirm long time. Is Bush done talking?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Now what?
Where's he coming?
Where's he going?
I bet you he won't be sitting in traffic.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What would happen? Could you imagine this? And it's absolutely a possibility.
Don't want any visitors today.
No.
Speak.
No, I wouldn't say anything like that. But they do drive around Manhattan.
Right.
Could you imagine if a steam pipe burst underneath his fucking limo like that? Remember that the tow truck that fell in the big crater?
It would be
it would be the weirdest fate thing like that would happen. But imagine that.
I'll tell you what. He has a bomb-proof car, so it might go into a ditch, but he'd be saved quickly. And also, there are guys under the ground everywhere he's going because you can't just put a bomb under the thing and blow up where he's going.
Yeah,
that's all being checked. So they're probably checking every street he's going on. I should get my friend Ken on the phone. My buddy Ken's a Marine, and he used to stand at the helicopter when the president would walk on and on. He had access to the president.
Yeah.
And
had to snap that salute back to him.
Yeah. And he was offering me a White House tour. He's like, you guys, the whole show actually. He's like, but we would need like 8 or 9 weeks advanced security if you wanted one wing, like where Bush is, and like 6 weeks if you didn't want that wing, for they could do background checks.
Yeah, I'll take the 8 weeks.
Yeah. He's not there anymore though. He's
background check. I'm clean.
Now what is he doing?
I think he's in the Pentagon. He's doing some other
at least he's still doing something cool, because we talk about a lot of these guys that do really cool stuff for the government, and I freaking drive my kid to soccer practice, and my wife yells at me, and we only have one car, the minivan. I used to drive a fucking Humvee.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate those stories. I feel so bad for those guys.
Who's talking now?
Exactly.
That's Hugo Chavez.
Oh, yeah.
We'd recognize
from Venezuela.
Chavez.
We'd recognize
He's a
Hugo.
fat-faced cunt.
Well, he won't come to the United Nations.
Let's just call him Hugo.
It says,
he's not?
He won't come. Good. I wish the rest of them wouldn't.
Yeah. We don't.
Why won't he? Because he's turning into a tremendous dictator.
Oh, that's from last year. Who's his pal? Was it Sean Penn?
Yeah.
That went down and was buddying with him and.
Yeah. He's a fucking prick. Who else would I recognize? Oh shit. Not just him. There's another guy I'd recognize too.
Another Fidel Castro, but he doesn't show up.
No,
Queen of England. Shut up.
Queen of England.
She doesn't have any fucking real power.
Exactly. She died in '93, and they actually have a stick they use like fucking Jeff Dunham. It's Jeff Dunham and Peen Cunt. Queen Cunt. Jeff Dunham and Queen Cunt.
Queen of England. What the fuck? No one listens to what she has to say.
I'd recognize Nelson Mandela.
Does he show up?
No.
I don't know if they invite him.
Is he still alive?
He's late.
I would recognize Castro.
Yeah, that's what I said. But he doesn't show up.
Oh yeah, that's the whole list of people that don't show up. But I'm telling you, those are the ones for the most part we would recognize.
There was one more too, and I can't. I don't like Chavez's fucking hairdo. He looks like Carlos Mencia. He's really bugging me. The problem is too many beaners coming down from Venezuela.
All right, why don't we get the latest on Oscar de la Hoya?
The diplomat from Peru is accusing him of ripping off his speech.
Jesus.
You forget so quickly your last joke. Carlos Mencia.
Oh, wow.
Saying, okay. Didn't get any laughs. That didn't get a laugh.
I probably recognize.
I laughed.
The King of Saudi Arabia.
Oh yeah.
I'd recognize Assad from Syria.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name, but I'd recognize the Syrian president.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's gonna He has what could be the worst chin ever. I think you're beheaded in Syria if you film him from the side. His fucking. If they were going to behead him, they'd actually have to wait for his mouth to move so they knew where to cut.
Where to start the cutting.
So they knew where to aim the camera. They'd fucking keep aiming at his ear, saying, "Will you talk?" And he'd go, "I'm over here." They'd go, all right. He has the worst chin ever.
All right, Oscar de la Hoya. Now the woman is saying the photos are real again.
Of course.
There was some talk in the papers that she was hinting that they might not be real. It sounded to me like some lawyers got to her and she got really nervous. And now she went on The Insider last night and she's saying these pictures of Oscar de la Hoya in the fishnet, they are real.
What is this cunt's name?
Really?
She's a Russian stripper, I guess, right? Or dancer?
Of course.
You can prove without a shadow of a doubt that the guy in these pictures is in fact Oscar.
Yes, that is Oscar.
Did you or anybody else alter these photos?
No, we haven't altered those photos.
These photos are completely real.
They're real. Nothing has been done to them. I could assure you.
I hope that bitch gets a lump in each breast and on her fucking face.
Jeez.
I fucking.
You don't like her.
Hope she dies. Why would she do that to that guy?
Yeah, do we know why?
Why? And I mean it. I hope she fucking dies. That greedy stripper bitch. Why would you do that to fucking De La Hoya? What the fuck did he do to you?
Yeah, I don't know. And it sounds like the Insider ponied up some money.
Yep.
Because now she's like...
God, that annoys the shit out of me.
All right.
Yep, the cash.
The cash.
That's why she did it.
So over the course of 8 months, you traveled with him, you were in Palm Springs with him, and you got into some interesting role play, I guess. Tell me some of the things he liked to do with you.
Yeah, we used to hang out and have a lot of fun together, so he would like to put on lingerie as the pictures show. Well, unfortunately, on my birthday party, I was sharing the pictures with a couple of my friends, and then at the end, the disc went missing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking cunt.
Sure it did.
Why were you showing pictures to your friends, you fucking pig?
Yeah,
and
look
by
at
the way,
this.
to the woman who, this really is annoying me, that woman who's asking that questions, how does your boyfriend fuck you? Huh? How does your boyfriend like fuck you? Does he stick it in your mouth and then your ass? Do you do ATM? Huh? Does he suck your pussy while he's got his asshole on your mouth? What do you do?
That's, what's her
fucking
name there?
Slob.
What's her name, Lara Spencer? Or, what's her name? Who does the Insider now? Is E-Rock still working for the show?
Oh, jeez.
What are you doing?
He's just sitting there fiddling with something.
What were you doing, E-Rock?
The microphone.
That's how you... How about you use the computer that's in front of you?
Yeah, exactly.
I hate your excuses.
Yeah.
That's not why you were doing what
That's
you were doing.
not why you were thinking of Oscar in that outfit.
You weren't paying attention, so at least admit it. What?
Laura Spencer.
Laura or Lara?
Lara.
So you used
Lara
to get into
Spencer?
some interest. Why don't you just be honest, you fucking celebrity gossip whore, and admit what you want to know? Is he gay? Is he a faggot? Why don't you just say that?
Say
you
it.
fucking dishonest
Just
bitch.
say it.
God, that annoys me. He's made a living fucking knocking people out.
Yeah.
And now he has to.
And the one
defend
person he
against
really
this
wants
shit.
to knock out, he can't.
Well, he's stupid, first of all.
But for letting her keep
for
pictures?
for letting her
Absolutely.
take those pictures. People so, compelled to take pictures of themselves like that.
Maybe,
in
I don't
those
know.
situations that will just fuck you over.
Maybe he believed her and trusted her on some level. Maybe that was
Yeah.
his ignorance, was just trusting this fucking pseudo hooker. Oh, she annoys me. I hope that she fucking has a disfiguring accident for doing this to him.
Ooh, it's a good one.
We got more.
Did Oscar have a drag name?
Not that I know of, but I heard other girls spoke of it, but not that I know of.
What did they say his drag name was?
Goldie.
Were there any other games that he likes to play?
Yeah, we played a lot of games, and I don't want to go into that right now.
Oh,
Right now.
well, now
Right
she's got a couple more bucks.
That's called
Yeah, and I'll go into it.
tangling that old carrot.
Why
I
does
got
it-
more, but it's gonna,
Why does
it's
the
gonna
woman
cost
care? Why does this fucking reporter care how Oscar De La Hoya likes to be fucked or fucked?
Yeah.
Why?
It's the Insider.
Really?
They try to act like they're goody two shoes doing Hollywood gossip, but they,
Who else is on the Insider?
Pat
Did they
O'Brien.
fucking play the audio they had?
Pat O'Brien, yeah.
I want to know, did they play Pat O'Brien's? Maybe they did. I could be wrong. Does
I
anybody
don't
out
think
there know?
so.
No, of
I know
course
he
they
gave
did
an
not.
apology, but I want to know, did they fucking really dig into Pat O'Brien, or did he give the perfunctory, I'm sorry, and I'm embarrassed, and move on?
Me, you, Oscar De La Hoya, some panties, dildo, strap on,
fucking,
Betsy,
me, you, Betsy, Goldie.
Goldie.
I just want to put on boxing gloves and eat your fucking cunt.
That never gets old. Can we play a Pat O'Brien remix?
If you agree with this, just shadow box. I just want my yam bag hanging half out of my fishnets. Just me, you, Betsy, Goldie.
And why isn't
Muhammad Ali and Foreman?
And why isn't Pat O'Brien doing the story?
Of course, why?
Because usually Pat O'Brien would talk to the sexy, hot, bimbo.
Yeah.
But obviously they want him to avoid this at all costs because it's quite similar to what happened to him.
But why? I don't understand. Like I could see if they bring her on to talk about the photos being valid because it is a story, but then to get into what kind of games does he play and shit, like that's fine if you're going to talk about how you fuck. Like Paul Lazan, that pig was so self-righteous attacking this show, and then meanwhile she's being accused of getting deep-dicked by someone else that her husband played golf with. That's the accusations that she was getting a deep dicking.
Deep dicking.
Keep your own yard clean. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Any other games that he likes to play?
Yeah, we played a lot of games, and I don't want to go into that right now. What happened in the hotel room, I think should stay in the hotel room.
For now.
Well, that's kind of out of the bag. What is she talking about? Why all of a sudden with that question does she get all, hey, I have my scruples here.
I'm gonna guess strap on.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I'll guess that absolutely. I have let's just say somebody I dated who could probably call in with some and would call in. I just don't know what legally will get us in trouble. I should ask ELO if I can.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, call every bar in D.C., tell them I need Eric Logan.
Alert the bars.
What time is it, 10:30? Call the ones that serve early. Right now he's scooping peanuts into his mouth and belting one back, listening to his portable XM unit. He's talking into it because he thinks it's a phone because he's in a blackout.
Looks similar to a phone, though.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Why don't we get the E to the low on the phone if we can?
Thinks he keeps dialing Bob Edwards. Bob! Just tuned into his show. Does that ghoul still work for XM?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He fucking... The rats downstairs, the rat problem they handled because Bob just eats them. They built a hole in the floor of Bob Edwards' studio, and when the fucking rats are going by, he just peers his head in and just grabs them with his teeth. He's like fucking Gary Oldman in Dracula. That's what fucking Bob Edwards... That's how Bob Edwards leaves the studio. They're not rats. That's just Bob Edwards collapsing from vampire form and leaving the fucking building.
He leaves as a bunch of rats.
Yes. Van Helsing came into his studio and he just collapsed.
The other day they had a crow infestation. They don't know where that came from either. It's just him going home again.
Poor Bob.
He'll never hear this.
He's never done anything to our show.
Of course, always smiles in the hallways when we see him.
Nothing but nice things to say.
He's looking at your nice short haircuts and necks. How can you not smile?
Yeah.
This will upset our own Travis. LAPD says Kiefer Sutherland arrested on DWI charges.
That's right.
Who would think a guy like Kiefer Sutherland would ever get drunk?
I don't know.
The guy that took the prototype of his action figure out one night, the one-of-a-kind prototype, and burnt it, and then ate it or put it in his mouth and busted it up, much to the company's chagrin.
Second DUI in the past 5 years.
Oh, boy. He's not a good drunk driver. That's tough.
Was above .08.
Almost double the legal limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He has to do 5 days in jail if he's guilty.
Mandatory, yeah?
Yes. Women, too.
5 days in jail? For 2 DWIs?
Yeah.
In California?
If it's within 5 years.
In California?
Yeah, CA.
Here's the last clip from this Hoya about
that's exactly what she
Oscar de la Hoya.
It wasn't just clothes. You did other things. Tell me about the shaving.
Well, yeah, we did a whole sorts of fun things. One time we all shaved his leg. One of his leg. We didn't shave his body, just a piece of his leg. So fun.
Was it fun? You blabbing bitch.
Oh, that picture's the worst. Go back one. Yeah, that could be the worst picture on there.
No, I don't mind the one where he's all bent over and looking kind of sexy.
Like he's getting arrested.
I don't like exactly. That's what he looks like. He's being arrested by fucking
for illegal entry.
I don't like the one in the hat though because he's trying too hard to be sassy.
Yeah, look at that. That is sassy.
I don't. He's got the beverage in his hand.
Oh God, with the fishnets and what the hell is he thinking?
God, that.
How do you go out? How the hell do you go?
Just fucking annoys me. Because I'd like to know, like, what was he paying her to be there? Like, if she's going to confess her own shit about how, like...
That's the worst.
That's Oscar.
How does he go out?
He's fucking...
With his bat wing sticking
His
out the
bat
side.
wing is hanging out.
He has ball bag.
It looks like he has my grandmother's neck sticking out the side of his fishnets. And I don't like... Can you go down the little coy smile he's got? Like the aren't I fresh?
Yeah, look at him.
He's fucked up.
He's holding his hips.
He looks fucked up in that picture. Just fucked up.
Here's what happened. She probably said that it was his camera. Or like, no, I'll just put them on your camera. And he doesn't probably operate a digital camera. He's got people doing that. And she just kept a copy.
Oh.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, she really fucked him over.
That really annoys me.
All right.
Oh, what are they like? They got a little white spot over there. Is he nude in that one?
Looks like Paul Stanley in that one. Fucking, she put a black star over it. That's what he should say. He was singing Love Gun in the hotel room.
The Black Roland just did a little something on the Bill O'Reilly thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
So make sure you listen to the replay if you didn't hear us talking about Bill O'Reilly putting his foot in his mouth. Going to dinner in Harlem with Reverend Al Sharpton to a black restaurant, and he was very surprised that the black restaurant pretty much ran like a white restaurant.
Like a white restaurant. Amazing.
The blogs are buzzing over Bill O'Reilly this morning. Controversial comments about African Americans made on his nationally syndicated radio program. O'Reilly was talking with NPR's Juan Williams about rap culture. CNN's American Morning talked about it with CNN contributor and radio talk show host Roland Martin.
Oh, his name's Roland, too?
But here's the deal, though. And so, okay, first of all, it's not true, all right? I mean, when you talk about Ludacris, excuse me, I believe a Stanley O'Neill who runs Merrill Lynch, I believe a Kenneth Chenault who runs American Express, and a Dick Parsons who runs Time Warner have a heck of a lot more power and influence than a Ludacris or some other rappers. So I'm not going to give some hip-hopper all that much credence. That makes no sense to me whatsoever, okay? Also, use your platform, Bill O'Reilly, to talk about those individuals as well. No, he's fixated on rappers, somehow thinking that is actually what black culture is all about. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. And what bothered me was when he said that he was surprised that there was no difference between Sylvia and someone else. Well, why would you be surprised? Have you not gone to a black restaurant before? I mean, I don't go to a Mexican restaurant and somehow think that there's a van in the back stuffed with 20 folks who just crossed the border. No, I don't operate on stereotypes. I see that as a business, and I say people have napkins and forks and knives, and they sit down and they eat. But he was surprised.
I think O'Reilly told CNN's Rick Sanchez his remarks were taken out of context. He calls it a hatchet job by the website.
Really, the kind you do? Fucking jerk off.
Oh, this guy's getting beaten savagely on television.
6 black guys beat up a white guy, and Fox says the police say the taped beating may not be racially motivated. The beating victim knew at least one of his attackers. Well, then what was... maybe it wasn't racially motivated.
Don't know.
If it was 6 white guys beating a black guy, they wouldn't say that.
Yeah, they wouldn't even bother with if he knew him, didn't know him, how many he knew.
Maybe he was just playing basketball with him. And
and
he slipped out?
And instead
Slipped.
of saying, nice shot, he said, you know...
Yeah, that word.
Yeah.
Oh, another teacher's in trouble? Ooh.
Teens over age of consent. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
If teens over age of consent, is it right to charge
teacher? No, she should lose her job for some kind of moral issue, but she should be a 17-year-old student. How old is she?
82.
Wow, she looks really good for 82. 82. Oh, look, they got O'Reilly outrage.
Of course, CNN is all over
Oh,
this.
yeah. Run with it.
Fox isn't talking that much about it, are they?
No. How does it feel, Bill?
Yeah.
How does it feel in the hot seat, Bill? What? You were just doing your show. He was just talking. He probably didn't think it was going to do anything.
And the beauty, it's on radio.
Yeah.
It was part of his radio show, you know.
Controversial comments on African Americans.
Stupid racist fuck. Getting what you deserve.
Yep.
Good.
It's just going to give him good ratings. He's psyched.
Can't believe there's no craziness.
Craziness at all. Craziness.
We'll see what happens.
You so crazy.
It's like, why don't you just be amazed that black people are actually walking erect? Why don't you be amazed at that they sleep indoors, too, Bill?
Amazing.
Fucking snot. Bill O'Reilly is a fucking pompous snot. And boy, did that story about fucking him and the loofah sponge.
Oh, the loofah sponge sex call girl.
I'd love to be interviewed by him, and the minute he got snippy, why did that go away? How much money did you pay?
You know what? He'd be like, all right, we're through here. Unless you want to stick to the issues, we're through
How much
here.
money did you pay, scumbag? Can't say scumbag on terrestrial radio, because this is their reasoning. A scumbag is a juiced condom. Who fucking calls a condom a scumbag?
No one ever, not since 1950.
A scumbag is the girl you're fucking with it on. and me for lying and pretending I actually value you as a human. I'm the scumbag.
I don't know. Is this worth playing the OSU coach?
Let's give it a shot.
What's his deal?
Well, Mike Gundy there enraged at Carlson's column. I guess this guy's name is Carl.
Old son of a Gundy.
He did a column on former OSU starting quarterback Bobby Reed that ran in the Oklahomans Saturday morning edition. Carlson made reference to Reed's attitude and toughness. Gundy perceived the column as a personal attack against his player.
I'm not going to talk about football today, and I'm not going to take a question on this game. I'm going to talk about this article right here. If anybody hasn't read this article, I don't read it. This was brought to me by a mother of children. I think this is worth reading.
By mother of
Let me tell you why I'm talking about this article.
Children.
3/4 of this is inaccurate. It's fiction. And this article embarrasses me to be involved with athletics tremendously. And that article had to have been written by a person that doesn't have a child and has never had a child that's had their heart broken and come home upset and had to deal with the child when he is upset and kick a person when he's down. Here's all that kid did. He goes to class. He's respectful to the media. He's respectful to the public. And he's a good kid. And he's not a professional athlete. And he doesn't deserve to be kicked when he's down.
What exactly happened? I mean, there must have been an article. I'm guessing he was a high school player.
College, right?
OSU.
OSU.
Is that college?
Yeah.
Do we have the article? Or no? The article.
I don't know who's working at this point, Jimmy.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's an article.
I had to bounce somebody from
There's an article that was written, right?
What happened?
I don't know. It was some kid who seemed to be 10 years old. So I had to, bounce.
Of course you did.
Bouncy bounce.
Bounce him and give him your own private email. so the Anthony at FisherPrice.com.
Fisher Price.
So
Osh gosh bagosh.
So wait a minute. There was an article written, I'm guessing, about
calling a quarterback a pussy and claiming that the quarterback's mother was feeding him chicken in public.
Oh.
Was that a local sports writer because the kid had a bad game? I mean...
Yeah. Sounds like it. Here's more audio.
If you have a child someday, you'll understand how it feels. But you obviously don't have a child. I do. If your child goes down the street and somebody makes fun of him because he dropped a pass in a pickup game, or says he's fat, and he comes home crying to his mom, you'd understand. But you haven't had that. But someday you will. And when your child comes home, you'll understand. If you want to go after an athlete, one of my athletes, you go after one that doesn't do the right things. You don't downgrade him because he does everything right and may not play as well on Saturday. And you let us make that decision. That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Attacking an amateur athlete for doing everything right.
Good for him, man.
He's pissed.
Fucking A.
Well, don't raise a fat pass-dropping fucking kid.
Amen. Teach that little cocksucker to catch a pigskin. That's a good point. I stand corrected. Fuck that fat boy in his mouth. Mom should feed chicken out of her pussy. Put a drumstick in your twat and feed that fucking fat nothing you raised. Is OSU high school or college?
It's college, but
Oklahoma State University.
That's a college?
Oh, he's a college student?
I swear I thought he was talking about elementary school. Because that's the only time that someone should have been that upset about someone's child.
I'm a little confused because like football guys,
it's football for the love of
are known
God
for being pretty tough to deal with.
Did the kid come home crying?
Yeah, that's what I think. If I was a player, I'd be like, "Hey, coach, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, hey, coach, you're really making me look bad.
I'm dealing with on my own here. I don't need you to fucking, announce it to the world."
Fucking kid
crying.
Kid comes out with fucking KFC crumbs on his shirt. His greasy chicken-eating fingers. He dropped the pass. Should be thrown off the team. Then
more.
Mouth rape.
Talk about him crying, and he cries all the time, and he should be crying because I've seen him in the shower. He's got a small dick.
Right.
He says, "What, coach?
You're going to attack an amateur athlete who happens to enjoy the company of another gentleman?"
Sure, he takes a dick up the ass every so often, but he tries out there to play ball.
Do you know what it's like to have a child come home and cry, "Dad, I looked at another man's genitals and mine stood up straight"? You don't have that in your life. You don't know how disgusting that feels and how badly you wish you'd kick that bitch in the stomach on month 3. You're going to criticize an amateur athlete who happens to like another man's genitals in his mouth while his mama feeds his chicken? So what? He can't catch a pass. He can catch a load like nobody's business. He can catch it in the hands, mouth, or asshole. I'd like to see you do the same. Black, white, Chinese, or Jewish. He'll take anything. Any hole, any load. That's why I don't read the newspaper. I use it to clean the load off that boy's back when he hasn't been able to take it all on his backside. But he tried. He does everything right. Wow. He's respectful. You take that cock out, he'll kneel politely in front of it. He doesn't ignore the balls or the taint. He goes right for them.
People disgust me. He's disgusted with the news. Blow up the kid's spot. That's funny.
There's the angle. Here's a little more.
And then you want to write articles about guys that don't do things right and downgrade them, the ones that do make plays. Are you kidding me? Where are we at in society today? Come after me. Oh. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
He almost said I'm not a
pussy.
I'm not a pussy. That'd be that fat boy you wrote about. And the only pussy is his mouth, because he likes the other players to use it as such. That's his business. It's a new day and age, ladies and gentlemen. You don't think I want to call him a faggot whenever he walks in? But I'm not permitted to do that. He dropped a pass. We all know his hands were slippery with jism, and it wasn't his own. It was chicken his mother had been feeding him, and jism his friends had been feeding him. Chicken jism. That's how he got ready for games. You can't downgrade him.
Coach, I got a question.
Sure.
Is it true that you're trying to make him into a wide receiver?
I won't go for any tawdry humor at the expense of the fat faggot in question. You will not laugh at his expense.
Tight end, sir. Is he a tight end or a
I'll
wide
accept
receiver?
that. I don't know. I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm not a pussy like... You know what I mean.
Yeah, pussy. He almost said that.
I've never taken the seed of another man into my mouth or ass. The fact that he has and is obsessed with it is his business. And his mama, who apparently he cries to a lot. Cries like the bitch that he is.
Oh, shit.
Something about me or our coaches. I'm writing about a kid that does everything right, that's heart's broken, and then say that the coaches said he was scared. That ain't true.
And you know what else is broken? His heart and his anal virginity. If boys had hymens in their assholes, his was busted a long time ago. He's doing everything right except playing the game because he drops passes like a fat chicken-eating faggot that he is.
We weren't sure we were going to do this story today. Fucking Coach Jimmy rules. Did the players get shirts?
Well, most of them do. He gets a dress, and that's his business. He does everything right, except catch the ball and run with it. But he's good in practice. Oh, he's always trying to be the center. I don't know why. He said it's just a comfortable way to stand.
And then to say that we made that decision because Donovan Woods, because he threatened to transfer, that's not true.
He's never going to transfer. He's always going to like dick. He can't go from dick to pussy. He didn't make that threat. Coach, put me in or I'm going to start licking pussy. I said, no, son. I like the way you work your mouth on the balls. Go on in right now. Don't make no transfer.
So get your facts straight.
Oh.
And I hope someday you
Get
have
your
a child,
facts straight,
somebody
'cause he ain't.
downgrades him and belittles him, and you have to look him in the eye and say, you know what? It's okay. They're supposed to be mature adults, but they're really not.
And if you can't look him in the eye, look at the back of his head, because that's how I tend to see him.
Look into his brown eye.
Who's the kid here? Who's the kid here? Are you kidding me?
Jeez, he's trying to get all.
That's all I got to say. Makes me want to puke.
Unlike him, who never spits it out. That kid can swallow. You think Rod Stewart had gifts? It makes me want to puke. Just the thought of that bleachy substance in my mouth. But apparently not him. Oh, I got a tinkle.
We ready for the line of the day?
Line of the day. Line of the day.
Is there an
Who gives a shit at this point?
CNN doing a story on bad drivers. Might be interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe
Actually,
for
the number
tomorrow.
one car?
Yes.
Escalade.
The for what?
If you drive an Escalade, you're a bad driver, according to this latest study.
You know, that just proves my point.
Stats,
you drive an Escalade. No, you are driving the way people should be driving, and you want people out of your way. Get out of the way. It's a big, powerful vehicle. I want clear road in front of me. I'm going to go crazy out here in a minute. I am going to go nuts. And if I hope Master Poe is not taking the car out of the garage and trying to make the turn on 257th.
He doesn't know any better.
Because just go down 56th. Could someone please call him?
No, tell him to do it. because then he'll put you in the wrong place. He'll have to go to Anthony. I tried to.
No, I really don't need to circle around by Central Park. I just want to drive.
Please tape your
east.
drive today, please.
You should drive west and go north to the Triborough.
I am not going to go that far north.
It's not that far to go to Triborough.
Going to Triborough?
Yeah, sometimes my lips get really small and I say Triborough.
Just go up, take the Ted Williams tunnel, circle around, take a flight to Republic.
Well, yeah.
That's what I should do. I want a helicopter on the roof of the building. Building would go for that, right?
Let's do a runner-up line of the day.
Wow.
He really is everyone calls Bush dumb, and Bush is not a great speaker. But this guy's he's a dope. He's he was a student. He took over.
At least I know we got homos.
Damn good one.
Yeah, we should play that again for everybody. It's the big get today.
Was a good one.
The Iranian president had this to say at Columbia University yesterday, and just amazing. The reaction was terrific.
مطلقا ما در ایران اولا
In Iran, we don't have homosexuals like in your country.
Oh.
We don't have that in our country. In Iran, we do not have this phenomenon. I don't know who's told you that we have it.
They're watching a comedy. How great is that? Let's go to Mike in New Orleans. Mike, what's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
How y'all doing? Sounds like another cartoon for Coke Logic and one of them fellas to do with Coach Jimmy. Right,
yeah, Coach Jimmy's going to be animated.
Oh, yeah.
I have no doubt that's going to be animated. All right, thank you, Mike. Do we have the slug line for line of the day? BodogFantasy.net, right? Yeah, these guys are all right, man. Offering you all the tools you need to win this season in fantasy football. Trash talk with confidence and take home the glory. It's all at BodogFantasy.net. All right?
Right.
Another runner-up line of the day.
That's what fucking that's how Bob Edwards leaves the studio. They're not rats. That's just Bob Edwards collapsing from vampire form and leaving the fucking building.
He leaves as a bunch of rats.
Yes. Van Helsing came into his studio and he just collapsed.
I love that image.
Yeah.
Ghoul.
Another runner-up line of the day. How weird is that? I guess he's getting married in what, Hawaii?
On a beach.
Somewhere on a beach, and, he's inviting his friends to watch it on the internet.
That way he can go in the water and mate right away.
It was just mean.
That was mean-spirited to my good friend, Robert Kelly.
She won't be embarrassing as president. That's our UN rep, Hillary, in the cream power suit. That won't be humiliating for us in the United States.
Suit.
Fucking cream-colored fucking lesbian suit.
The butterscotch-colored fucking pantsuit.
Don't forget the mullet and the black inflection and the shoulder pads, you fucking Mr. Potato Head of personalities.
I will guarantee this right now. The Democrats have handed over the presidency to another Republican.
Sure they have.
It is done already, and I defy anybody. I will bet anybody that is what's going to happen. It's going to be Giuliani or TV guy. I don't even care what his name is. Fred.
He can't win.
Come on.
Fred Thompson.
Fred Thompson, he can win.
No.
He could win.
No.
Now, she won't be embarrassing. I'm telling you, that's kind of what we need. That's who we want our UN rep to be.
I want to stick with the silliness that is Hillary when she dresses up in her pantsuit.
I want that too. I want her to go, I want to thank you, the United Nations. I wouldn't have worn such a dark color, but I'm bleeding from the cunt, and it shows through my white power pants. That's what we need. Good. I'm a little cranky. Boy, do we not need that? Do we not need her?
What do you call it? Her what colored power?
Cream-colored fucking power suit. It's atrocious.
For the first time in history, they'd have to put tampons in the fucking Air Force One medicine cabinet.
Absolutely.
Oh, imagine that. It's like, we've come to this.
Let me ask this question. What could she possibly wear to look cool?
I don't know. How about a fucking mini skirt? Maybe a white see-through shirt?
Something nice that shows off those cankles.
I wouldn't be embarrassed about Condoleezza Rice. I just like her more. Hillary's just a phony to me.
Who invented the pantsuit?
I don't.
It's just an awful look.
Pants or suit?
Yeah.
It's just awful.
It's a pantsuit.
Oh, probably a woman who hates cock and certainly wishes she possessed one.
Yeah, and wants to be president.
One of those.
Oof.
Dave B. from Philly. How come Jimmy doesn't wake up until 10:15? 2 days of late day fucking goals from Jimmy.
Well, again,
hilarious people.
I
And
felt
he spelled it out, so I felt like I had to do the impression.
I felt I was amusing all day, but you
course.
have to realize that
Jimmy was.
Well, thanks to a bunch of fuck lawyers in D.C., there's a lot of stuff we're not allowed to do.
What is Elo just sent us a video clip of Jenny Carlson responding to Gundy. Oh, fuck, is this Elo's favorite football team?
It might be.
I think he's a big OSU fan.
Oh, really?
So he knows all about this shit.
Oh, okay.
Where's the E to the low?
Drinking.
All right, what is this, the mother? Yeah. All right, play it.
Morris, and joining me is the Oklahoman sports editor Mike Sherman and columnist Jenny Carlson. Jenny, at today's OSU press conference, you had a chance to talk with football coach Mike Gundy. How did it go?
Well, I got a chance to ask one of the questions that I really wanted to ask after Saturday and after Mike Gundy had what a lot of people are calling a tirade after the Texas Tech game. The question I really wanted to ask him was, he said on Saturday that 3/4 of what I had written in Saturday's column was inaccurate, and I really wanted to know from him what those inaccuracies were, what those statements of fact that were wrong were. And unfortunately, I didn't get any answers. I asked the question was also asked by a couple other people in different ways, and still we don't have answers to that. So that's unfortunate, because when you contend that there's that much wrong with something, I as a reporter would really like to know what was wrong with the story, with the column.
Guys, what's the real issue here, Mike? Is it how much should college athletes be critiqued?
I think that's part of the question, but I think Mike Gundy really just had a hard time with the tone, tenor, and question that was asked on Saturday. He expressed to me that he really didn't like the idea that it was written on game day. That it should be about something else. The other thing is, Mike has had a hard time for a long time about any off-the-field criticism.
Elo cares about this, and 10 other people listening right now. Holy shit.
It must be more entertaining to watch after a few shooters.
Who else realized that we had to go to 11 today because we found out Elo was actually working today?
Yeah, I know.
How much does this suck? We were ready to punch out 15 minutes ago. Then we realized he was at the compound today doing meetings. So we're like, oh, fuck, he's probably listening. Now we got to go to 11 today.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm home by 3.
Perhaps earlier than that, Ant.
Hey, let's throw something out there. Yeah, Bill K. from Philly. Hey, Ope. Did you guys get dumped out of on the XM show yesterday? There has been some speculation. We absolutely were dumped out of yesterday on XM, but we don't know why, and we think it might have just been a stupid mistake because they're doing our studio over at the other joint.
It could be a technical glitch. Yeah, some idiot.
We honestly can't think of anything they would have possibly dumped out of yesterday. So
something happened.
But something definitely happened.
Some construction worker hitting a button going, what does this do?
Yeah.
When I was talking about, like, the fucking the merger confirmation stuff I got, like, because Mel and I went out for dinner. I mean, was it that?
Oh, right. That might have been it.
Yeah, but that's almost public knowledge, so they wouldn't dump out of that. No, there was some kind of dump, and we don't understand. We were trying to figure it out, and we even went over in our heads what we were talking about, and there was nothing there.
No.
Let's go to Mr.
Wait, we
Logan.
were going over what we were talking about in our heads, and there was nothing there.
Well, yeah,
Just say that.
That's
You're implying there's nothing in our heads.
Well, that's pretty accurate.
It's accurate.
Eric Logan, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm just writing my new dump button I have here. It works really well.
Ah, yeah, here.
Hey, hello.
We noticed yesterday you were dumping out of a couple of things, huh?
Oh yeah. That's all I do with my day these days. I just sit down here and I hang on every word from Jimmy and just dump out of it.
Are you enjoying the show today, Eric?
Yeah, I did. I specifically enjoyed the coach's rant.
Well, you're a big OSU fan, right?
No. God, no. Let's set the record straight. I'm an OU fan. I think OSU is.
Fuck.
By the way, we have a corporate partner. Listen, OSU is one of our partners, so I can't let my true feelings show through about Oklahoma State. But yes, I am from Oklahoma.
No, you hate OSU if you're into OU.
Yeah, I'm an OU guy.
Yeah.
OU.
Oh yeah,
you do.
I had a question for you too about De La Hoya.
Oh.
Not do you shop in the same places for outfits? Because we're. But listen, honestly, I dated a girl. Who I can say this: I dated a girl who years ago dated Oscar. She went out with him and she hung with him, and I've known this for many, many years. So, if she was to come on the air and say, just recount her experiences with her, I guess we couldn't get in trouble because the insider doesn't get in trouble for having that stripper on, do they?
No.
So, am I, we allowed, we're allowed...
If she's telling a story that you guys believe is her story and it's true, it's not. I mean, you guys are interviewing her. She's the one that's liable, not you.
Okay, I just didn't know. You know how they are. It's stuff that goes on the... Okay, fair enough. I just wanted to double check.
Jimmy, for the record, when I wear my construction hat with my 2 Bud Lights on the side, they're Coors Lights, not Bud Lights.
I didn't know you were listening.
Not on the not on the CBS side. It's Bud Light.
I don't give a shit about the CBS side.
Obviously. You better.
Would it hurt to work together with these people? Jesus, help us out a little bit.
I've tried to work with them. I've tried to work with them on every front. We have a terrific partnership. But to me, it's about Coors Light.
Hey, if you don't give a shit, then give the money back.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You can give a shit.
Hey, don't give a shit, then fine.
Then I figure yours.
How about letting us keep everything we earn from CBS?
Instead of being the whores that we are.
Whoring us out like fucking prostitutes, and you're the pimps.
Listen, no. I said I don't. If they're selling Bud Light, I didn't say I didn't like their money.
I'm not talking about the sponsors at all. And now I'm talking about just the right to speak on their airwaves.
Right.
Didn't know it was that expensive.
Right. And Elo is the pimp. This is what it was. He's like, yo, y'all motherfuckers gonna suck on Tom's dick, and you're gonna lick Dan Mason's dick, and y'all gonna give me the motherfucking money.
And you get to keep some.
Yeah.
There it is. I'll give you enough to eat.
Yeah. I give y'all a little something.
Keep y'all pretty.
I'm gonna need y'all to put y'all fingers in the ass of YSP, and y'all gonna tongue the ball bag of K-Rock, and y'all motherfuckers gonna give me the money.
The money.
Y'all motherfuckers gonna hand over the money.
Shit.
Well, I'm gonna let Bob Edwards talk to y'all motherfuckers.
I'm gonna syndicate.
Basically,
back to him.
We're saying we don't know how much time we have on the street, and we're getting a little worn out here. So maybe do the right thing and give us a bigger percentage.
For you guys?
Elo.
Yeah. That's what Ed was saying.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Elo?
Yes.
General Motors strike. How does this affect XM? Go.
That we still have plenty of cars to be sold on the lots that have got radios in them. So far, so good.
Okay. Good. You don't want this lasting.
That's part of the reason why you have a diversity of automotive manufacturers, so you're not beholden to one.
You're not going to see some kind of a solidarity between the auto workers and then have the other ones start striking.
Yeah, I don't think they're striking over satellite radio. It's my guess. I've not really read why they're striking, but I don't think it's about the XM installs.
Okay.
Why are they striking?
Probably money.
Yeah.
It's always money.
Yeah.
I just hope Ford doesn't strike because I need my Shelby to be modified.
Elo merger?
So I could beat Elo in his Corvette.
Z06.
Yeah, I know it's a Z06. I call it a Corvette.
How's the merger going, Elo?
Yeah, let's just play.
How's the merger going?
Merger?
It's going. It's it's proceeding just as planned. We still feel that it's going to happen, and we're still making progress on that front. So all is tracking just like we thought.
Gay.
How do you do pig Latin?
I'm in murders and executions.
How does pig Latin go?
If ye uye ink they ye ole is ye age.
How the fuck do you know that?
Wow, that's pretty frightening, Anthony. Actually.
Ude uye akse akke.
Oh, you're an awful joke. I just almost fired out, but didn't.
Oh, yes.
I thought pig Latin was a fat girl going Dominus Plurus.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I didn't.
You didn't say it.
Dump, by the way, the dump from yesterday was a technical glitch. By the way, I just received.
Yeah.
We figured as much.
Yep.
Yeah, we thought so.
Yep. The only thing I've ever dumped out of was when I edited that Jimmy tirade about 2 years ago. Whatever that was. It was some. What the hell? I can't remember what it was. That was a fun day.
What was the tirade?
It was some spot he did, and it was on the replay. And Jimmy, you went off on every ethnic group on the planet or something. It was a promo for one of your upcoming.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, I do. Yes. Okay.
Yes, perish the thought.
That's
yeah.
Anybody goes up.
As long as you didn't cut the Ticketmaster number, that's fine.
No, it was fine.
Whatever you want.
Well,
I appreciate
going, Jimmy?
They were very good. I was on the bestseller list for 5 weeks. Thank you. Very happy. Very happy.
I heard.
Thank you, by the way.
I heard Dane Cook describing your interview as something a bit awful. Your audition was bad.
It was terrible, my audition. And I was fair to acknowledge that. It was awful.
I can't imagine.
It couldn't have been worse.
How bad it could have been for you to be this upset.
What's that?
I don't think it can be that bad.
Yeah,
I didn't get called for the part.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
That's sort of like interviewing somebody for a job. You already know who you're going to hire, but you kind of go through the process sometimes, you know?
Listen to me, though. Dane would be smart to put me in a movie because even if it's a small part, I would talk about it on the radio.
Yes.
That's a lot of advertising for free, and I would talk about it genuinely because I'm in it.
And you talk about it on CBS.
So do you know how bad...
CBS.
I'll talk about it on CBS, and XM.
Technical glitch, huh?
Don't get jealous now.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the dump thing.
My heart is with you, Eric.
We love you too, Daddy. but mommy has custody too.
But mommy happens to be dating a cunt lawyer who ruins everything.
No shit.
Daddy is fun and drinks and fucking brings us home whores and says, "Go ahead, do what you want, just don't kill her." But mommy's dating a fucking uptight lawyer with a large jaw and a shitty accent. We're not pornographers. No.
Oh, right.
You are a douche.
That we know. You are a douche.
Yes. We're not pornographers. We get it. You're not. Only for the news. Then you are. I'm so glad Dan Rather is fucking suing them. I'm not saying I hope he wins. I just like the fact that the old man is trying to go out with some spunk. He'll probably win $50 in a stroke. Half his stupid face will shut down.
That interview was painful to watch, though.
Yeah.
Elo, are you going to thank us for bonus time or what?
Of course I'm going to thank you for bonus.
Oh,
wow.
Eric.
I didn't see that coming.
Here's your line of the day.
Here comes the line of the day, line of the day.
Jesus.
What would happen if he came up in the elevator? What would happen?
Well, first of all, bad radio. And then
Yes. Line of the day.
And we just
goes to Ron Bennington.
A wonderful.
What about the air balloon line from him?
Yeah, that's right. That was a recovery. I had to recover.
We had a wonderful moment of Hillary we just saw on TV dressed like Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. Can somebody fucking tell her just to stop wearing frumpy pantsuits? She looks terrible.
All she knows.
I don't think she has
the
any
way
other
she
choices,
dresses
though.
reflects her personality, who she is, and what she will be if she was ever the president.
But you don't know what she could wear. There's nothing for women like her to wear.
I don't know. How about fucking Wranglers? They're more feminine. Fucking Wranglers and work boots and a Yankee fucking jersey.
She's got to cover up thick thighs.
She's just
horrible. She got a big bottom. That bitch is bottom heavy, man.
Terrible dresser. She would. You know what she looks like? She wears Steve Irwin shirts. She should be fucking a nice stingray to the heart. Is what she needs. Fucking stupid. She should wear shorts. Is that Alec Baldwin? There's a guy on TV that looks like. All right, what am I doing? I'm just doing.
Let's just go.
I'm improvising off commercials.
Watching TV.
By the way, right now there is something. I want you to hear this. That's a bunch of shit knocking on the inside of my fucking asshole.
Oh,
ready to
okay.
break out.
You're turtling. It's ready.
No, not yet. There's no. If I turtle right now, my socks are full.
You'll fill it like that glass out of that fucking shit video we saw yesterday.
There's no way to turtle with
that. Was so fucking funny yesterday.
Oh, it filled up like a chocolate fucking Frosty
the poo
from
button
Wendy's.
Rules. The poo button rules. My brother needs to make poo button shirts.
Great.
All right, let's get the.
All right, we're out of here. We're done for the day. Now I've got to battle my way home. Hey, get out of my way. You see an Escalade coming down the expressway. I don't care. It might be me. It might not be. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Get the fuck out of my way. Thank you. That's all I got to say. I'm done. Bye-bye. Later. Tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Ugh. Oh.
Hey.
Ugh. Oh.
Ugh. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Hey.
What the hell's going on here? The Opie and Anthony Show.
Awful. They're just awful. Awful people.